So welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Yes. We are now at what I would consider to be season 2 of Tales from the Loop.
Oh
Congratulations
shit.
on making it this far, everyone. Hooray.
We lived.
Yes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
We should remember who we've lost in this day. Rip Ted. Rip Ted.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He's still
season
here.
one season 1 of any show can be a bit finicky with who's important and who isn't and
Yeah.
such. But what matters is that we are now here. So,
Hella.
uh, would anyone
Oh,
like
respawn.
to
Surprise?
What?
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, no, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I have a few things. I have a moment.
Fries?
No,
I do have
surprise.
yes, I have some good fries right here.
Oh my
I,
god.
I'll probably eat them while you guys are busy conversating at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so does anyone want to do what happened at the end of last season, or if anyone even wants to summarize the entirety of season 1 real quick?
Drugs.
That works.
No, there were
No.
no drugs.
The closest were to Miss Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So last season, Kelly, Trevor, and Allison, kind of became friends. And kind of just, someone else takes the fucking lead. I'm tired of doing the recaps.
Oh my gosh. Alright, stand back, kiddos.
All right.
Let me do the thingy. Alright, I guess just to summarize everything and not to go over great detail. The stars aligned and destiny somehow came to be. And us idiots just them four, the original, grouped up together through school because of anomaly and anomalous effects that have been happening, i.e., rocks, shadow people, shadow person, and crazy mountain songs, and Greg. Came.
Greg.
Oh my god, Greg. They grouped together to solve the mystery of the town that's been bugging everyone's mind, I guess, or they don't care enough to. Over time, solving small mysteries here and there about the town, meeting new people along the way, and making friends, and making, I guess, enemies if we want to count that one nerd at school that I still intend on beating up at some point in time.
I got your back, Kobe.
I know you do. He ain't gonna know what hit him. Anyway, as time progresses, we figure out more and more that a scientist that wished to pursue his dreams of being a comic book hero, wanted to bring chaos in the first place to the world.
Well,
So that
it was more due to he was kind of got greedy because it first started off with him figuring out these little portals with items that would come out of it. He was using it to create new inventions. Greed got to him and decided to make more bigger portals to get more stuff out of it, which led for creatures coming through those portals, and that's when he started to do the superhero business.
Yep. And over time, more and more aliens, Q agent, continue exactly spewed through the chaos from the chaos realm to here, and that caused said person of scientists, with the help of fucking nunchuck nun, or
Not
the
nunchuck, but boxing nun.
the boxing priest just to like come and assist. Unfortunately, an accident ensued which caused the boxing nun to be, I guess, split in half. That's what we got so far, where her half of her being was sent God knows across the solar system, and the other half is left in this temporal shadow form, only to be seen at night doing what was her basically her last moments before being sent into the realm. Over time, the kiddos get bring a lot of attention to them by two companies in particular that want to, I guess, financially benefit from the technology that was built by said scientist, and continue to hunt down the kiddos relentlessly for the information of said technology.
Mhm.
And then halfway through, Ted decided, hey, I'm staying home, and that happened. So then Riley existed because of plot progression, and then from there, we ended it on the fact that for some reason, all the parents of the kiddos decided to form the Legion of Family Friends and wanted to have a Thanksgiving dinner at Allison's house. And we all ended up there at the last end of season 1, where it was left off mysteriously with the camera panning out from the dinner out into the woodline with eyes and a hunched, malformed figure staring at the feast and the people inside. Nonchalantly, I guess. I don't know.
Alien.
Yeah.
No.
God.
And that's where we left off.
With Allison yelling aliens and Trevor yelling Wendigo.
No, for some reason, I guess the non-canon story is that we blacked out. Allison ended up in the tree, and supposedly fucking Trevor ended up going with his sister to another party late after that night. To go to another
Totally.
party. So
Totally.
totally to another party.
Yep.
Oh my
And,
god.
Aliens.
And yeah, Kelly had to clean up the mess. So there's that.
You want?
I'm so sorry, Respawn.
It's all right. All right. I also remember that I have to do one quick thing.
Drugs.
No.
No.
There is.
AJ, get back to your chair.
No.
My God.
I'm comfy on my bed.
I'm gonna need someone to translate agent for me.
I shall be the translator of the dingus.
Sam, Riley's
I'll-
not in Kelly's basement. Riley is in Eleanor's basement.
Hey, leave me be. Basement, sweet basement, my guy.
Okay, so now I don't have to worry about that. All right.
I just see it. I'm just peeking out of Kelly's basement. It's like food.
Oh god.
She feeds me paint. That's all I get.
No. I'm not poisoning you with paint, especially at that timeline.
So.
Should we move our respective pieces to our respective places?
That's probably a good idea, yes.
All right. I'm just asking. It'll save you the
Please.
trouble. Someone. Trevor. No,
What?
there's Agent. Agent got back to his computer. Trevor, go home.
Oh, okay.
Just go home.
Respawn, are you?
He's thinking, I think.
I'm waiting for you guys to be prepared so I can
That's
I can
the
do my
gist-
thing here. Just
I
a
think-
sec.
I think that's the gist of it.
Alright.
Besides the fact that we have a tree house now, or well, a tree to put a tree house
House
on.
on.
Yes, construction has not occurred.
I can say
quite
over
yet.
time that Kelly worked with Trevor to actually create some blueprints ideas of what this treehouse possibly looks like.
Yeah.
Oops, that's
Hello.
not what I meant to do.
Oh,
Excuse me a moment. I may or may not be editing a few things real quick.
yes.
There. Okay.
And we move the tree back more.
Yeah, I was just readjusting a little. It's fine. So, a week or two has passed as we, just as it's normal about range of time
You
that we
better
skip.
switch. Hmm.
That's about the
Sorry.
normal amount of time that passes whenever we do a time skip, and
What
we're
is
doing
the
one now.
normal amount of time?
It's about it's a week or two. All right.
Okay.
So you all are asleep in your beds. It's going to be. Let's say that it was Friday, so it's now Friday night, very
It
late,
was.
potentially Saturday morning.
It
So
was
you all-
Thursday. It was on Thanksgiving Day.
We're
I thought-
skipping a few weeks, remember?
Okay. I thought you were talking about last time.
No. I'm talking about what's happening now. We're at present time at the moment.
Okay, so it's a Friday?
It was Friday night. It's basically Saturday morning, but it's the middle of the night, so who cares exactly what day it is at the moment?
Okay.
It will be Saturday though, if it isn't already.
Okay.
So, It is late in the middle of the night. You are all asleep in your various beds in your various rooms. But there's a scent on the air. A scent that only comes around about, once a year or so. And all of you just feel a sort of instinctual joy as you smell it in your sleep. And you all wake up, and you all go to your doors and your windows, and you look out. You look out at the night, and you see snow falling outside.
Oh shit.
It's winter,
Fuck.
and there's going to be snow come morning.
It's Christmas. That's very detailed. Holy shit. I see someone's been busy.
I got bored.
I'm very bored, I can tell. My god. Wait, what is that? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's.
I wanted to
I'm also
see.
going to have... Actually, you know what? No, I don't have to fix anything. It's fine. All right. So,
Fancy.
welcome to the new season. It's winter now.
Hella.
Does anyone want to give a little description of them peeking out their windows and doors at the snowfall in the middle of the night?
Huh.
How much snow is on the ground right now?
There's nothing quite yet. Maybe just a few flakes here and there. But there's still a few hours till the sun rises, and there's sure to be maybe a foot by then.
Just gonna stay up and watch the snowfall.
All right.
Kelly looks out her window and just kind of has a big smile on her face with seeing the snowfall.
Mm.
But she doesn't stay up too long because she still wants to get some sleep.
Of course.
Riley's not sure what's coming from the sky to a certain extent. He kind of just looks at it confused. But due to the sense of, I guess, wholesomeness that comes from it, he's okay with it. Not sure what it is, but he's okay with it. So he kind of just watches.
Seems nice.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. It hasn't killed me yet, so he just looks at it a little bit more and eyeballs it, but then just it's like I gotta sleep, so he goes back to sleep.
And Trevor?
Just like looks out his window, is like, oh, and just falls back into bed and passes out.
Fair enough.
Also,
So Allison's staying up to watch the snow. Riley and Trevor are going back to sleep.
Kelly stays up for a little bit before she goes to sleep.
Okay.
Also, I like to point out something I did.
Mm.
I had this little
Oh, yeah.
detail.
Oh yes, if people have not noticed, along the main road, one of the street lights is particularly lit.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's fancy.
That's where Rosie.
That's where she is.
Mhm.
Yep.
And up
The
here
shadow
you can
box.
see the tree where we're gonna be using the treehouse, and up here is the cave.
Yeah.
All the important stuff has some way of being spotted.
Mhm. If need be, I can add more.
Mm-hmm. But for now. So, Riley, Trevor, and eventually Kelly all go back to sleep to get their rest for the morning. Allison stays up and is able to watch as the sun slowly rises and everything becomes brighter. Now then, who'd like to describe their morning? Now that they're fully awake.
I mean, I could go first considering I stayed up all night.
Probably a good idea.
Probably just kind of lazily pick myself up from the window that I was just kind of sitting at. So, oh wait, morning. Oh. Oh yeah. Fuck. Huh. Probably just kind of rub as much of the sleepiness out of my eyes as I can. And just go get dressed and head down for breakfast.
All right.
At that point, probably just eat breakfast as per usual.
Yes, your parents are sleeping in because, it's a Saturday morning and they don't have work. Well, for the most part. Some of them, they do have some amount of work, but they don't have to worry about it till later in the day.
Yeah. So just get my own breakfast, get my shoes on, go get the bike and just after getting the snow off of it and kind of go drive around town.
Oh no, you're going to freeze.
It's fine. I wear a hoodie.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose we'll see.
Hi, Trevor.
Bruh. Could have an Allison sickle out here. 4th in Maine.
What?
I mean, I'd probably put on a bit of a thicker hoodie, I guess, but
All right. There we go. Much
probably one
better.
with the fuzzy hood.
Kelly slowly gets up. A bit a little groggy, but she's awake.
Mm.
She kind of brushes out her really frizzled out hair. This her new normal. Puts on a little bit more of a heavy sweater on her this time around, and just kind of prepares herself for going out and such like that. Leaving her bag with, even though it's not school, she likes to carry around her bag just in case.
Just for carrying things.
Mhm. With a scarf and the gloves that by the door. She gets some breakfast. Most likely her dad's asleep during this time. Again, still, her mom's downstairs, probably setting up. So after eating breakfast, she'll head down, saying good morning to her ma. With the scarf, bag, and gloves on hand.
This says hello as well, of course.
Mhm. Saying, I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends today. Ma.
She'll just tell you, all right, make sure to keep warm.
Mhm. Will
Got
do.
a good few inches of snow outside, so try not to slip.
Mhm. She puts on the gloves. The black leather gloves, even though they might not. She doesn't think they may be the warmest. She still wants to try keeping some warmness. So
They're pretty warm, and because they're leather, the snow and water won't stick to them too much.
yeah. So she puts those on and heads out.
All right. Trevor Riley.
Gonna eventually fucking drag himself out of bed, look out and see all the snow and be like, oh, crap, what about my jacket? Just digging through his closet trying to find an old jacket of his. After a few minutes of finding it at the bottom of his closet, just throws that on over whatever and heads down to grab some breakfast.
I suppose your parents as well would probably be sleeping in a bit, but
Mhm.
your sister has made some freezer waffles.
Hella.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, freezer waffles are the best.
Just gonna yoink some of those and then probably just wait around to see. Probably just hang out at the house for a little bit, actually. Not immediately book it out.
Enjoy the warmth of the house for a bit longer while things warm up a little outside.
Yes.
And Riley.
Hello. Riley will gently open the door from the basement to the outside world.
It's a little harder than usual because snow has collected upon it.
Yes. He will peer outside once more. He will look upon the
Give-
fallen.
Actually, you know what? Give me a force roll. How about?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh fuck.
Let's see if you
Oh,
can. Let's see if you can get out.
You know what? Riley's staying inside.
Do
Give me a
it. Do
force
it.
roll.
Alright, give me a second. Let me where here it is.
All right. So
No.
I
You
didn't
know
want this
what?
to be.
Fuck it. I'm
I-
staying inside now.
No. I didn't want this to be too difficult. So even with a 0, I'm gonna say that you're able to open it, but it's gonna take a significant amount of effort to do so.
Just fucking run goes from
Like-
the back wall and then runs up and just body slams the door.
Hear that loud thump from outside.
The snow falls away and the cellar door opens up, and you're now free to come and go.
He kind of.
It is cold out.
It is. Unfortunately, I can't do jack shit about that because the only things I own is the sleeping bag and the clothes on my back and the backpack.
You are shivering a bit.
He kind of just looks upon the barren wasteland and he kind of thinks to himself, well, shit, how am I going to get breakfast?
That is a good point.
So he kind of like poke the snow.
It's cold.
It's true. Not entirely sure what it is, but it hasn't killed him yet, which is a good sign. So he gently like steps in it and continues to walk forward. Still feels cold. Kind
Very
of not
cold.
good for running in,
Yeah.
but he kind of just looks around and he's like, "Well, no breakfast for me." And just he's trying to think what he wants to do today. You know what? He's heading to the library. I know. Where's our meeting spot again?
You mean
Did
the
we-
treehouse?
Yeah. Crap. We haven't had the treehouse made yet. So,
We could probably still meet up by the tree. It's still marked.
yes.
We go to Henderson's house.
Oh, that works too.
Mm. He pulls out. He digs into his pocket and pulls out the old silverware that Mr. Henderson had. He looks at it and he's like, all else fails, go to Henderson. So he puts up his hoodie and digs his hands in his pocket and he makes his way down to Mr. Henderson's.
Oh, we're gonna have it.
That's that. That's the long and short end of it.
Yep.
All right. So Allison's just kind of heading down the trail down to the rest of town. Riley's making his way down the roads, down the streets towards Henderson. Kelly's just exited the antique store. That's out on the main road. And Trevor's just enjoying some waffles with his sister at the moment.
Date.
Curse your family time. No.
Um,
For the sake of, that's kind of how TV shows work and such. These three all kind of arrive at the same spot at the same time.
Hella. Plot
Brought
Convenient.
convenience.
What convenience.
Convenient.
Convenient.
oh. So as Kelly walks out, she sees the two of them.
The boys.
You see, like, a moment later as Riley, reaches the corner. Then you can see Allison's orange hair. Well, you see someone on a bike, and then you can spot, flecks of orange in the hair, so you know it's Allison. She's biking along.
Kelly waves. Hey guys.
Hello.
Just gonna
Question
wave
is-
as I ride over.
Is it still snowing?
It's still snowing lightly, yeah.
Hmm.
Riley is shivering and accumulating an amount of snow.
White stuff, very not warm.
Yes, snow tends to be like that. Kelly takes off her scarf and kind of attempts to wrap. Remember, she's 4 foot. She's
Right.
tiny.
She's small. Riley will help her and look at the scarf and then just tie it around his face like a bandana. It's like, you have very long bandana.
It's more around. It's supposed to be more around your neck.
Oh.
It's kind of helps keep some heat. Keeps you a little bit more warm.
So I wasn't supposed so I'm supposed to see. Okay.
Yes.
Because he has it around his face, so he really can't. You only see the scar. And the first bandana. So he just like slides it down, and then the tail ends just go behind him, snuggled up in his hoodie, and he's like, "Oh, thank you.
Mm.
It's much warmer now."
It's a bit warmer, yeah.
You guys plan on going anywhere?
Wanted to see Henderson, maybe, and thank him for a ride and stuff. Cause not sure if did that day of giving thanks, and then not much planned day today, so no.
Mm. I mean, I can easily bring you guys over to Henderson's if you want to, though. I gotta give a big warning if we're gonna be entering his house.
Can't be that bad.
You always said you wanted us to go see Mr. Henderson.
Yes, but
Well,
there's
his house
a
specifically.
there's a kind of a rule, in the sense of when you go into his house, you do not ask about anything in his house.
So I split everything all at once.
Agreed.
You're gonna get stuck there for 6 hours or more. I got
So
stuck
we leave Trevor there.
Trevor not even here. Trevor probably back home.
Let's go kidnap Trevor.
Why are we kidnapping? We take Trevor everywhere, though. Why don't we ask him if Trevor want to come with?
Because he's Blockhead.
Your point is correct. Hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't really ask much in his house because he'll go off on a long story. I got caught up in his stories about 10 times already. By the third one, my parents didn't quite believe me, so they went to Mr. Henderson's house and got themselves stuck into the situation.
I mean, we have nothing else planned for rest of day.
That's true.
Unless we have. I mean, there's treehouse.
I can.
There's.
Well, we haven't quite figured out how we're gonna build the treehouse.
Gotta discuss with Blockhead and James, yes, and get material.
Material-wise, Henderson says he's willing to pay for that. So materials we're good with. Building the thing, however, that's another thing altogether, and I don't think we can really build it in the middle of winter here, the cold season at the moment.
Is true.
So we build an igloo.
Oh my
What is igloo?
It's this. Think of it like a house made of snow.
Very cold house.
Shall I go and get Trevor then?
Yee.
Okay.
Alright, let's go raid his house. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Oh my
We're gonna
god.
kick in the door and kidnap Trevor.
Don't fuck.
Kelly
didn't
just
agree.
walks down.
As soon as they're walking with Kelly,
I'm
Get ready
following.
to get something fucking chucky.
Riley's following.
Trevor about to get jumped.
Uh-oh.
FBI, open up!
So we go to Trevor's house and basically Kelly goes up knocking at his door.
Alright, there's a good bit of snow in his yard and such.
Trevor, it's me, Kelly.
Oh, apparently my friends are here.
Open the door.
Blockhead is friends of Blockhead.
I question my choice in friends some days, I swear. Just opens the door. Well, hello there.
Hey, we're thinking about going to Mr. Henderson's house. Wanna tag along?
Sure. Didn't have plans.
Okay.
All right, just tell your sister you're being kidnapped to go talk to apparently a weirdo in town. It's all good.
He seems normal for everybody else in town. It's only at his house things get weird.
I mean, there's also the what's it called? The government, supposedly.
Screw the government.
I mean, true. Anyway, let's go.
Okay. And
Crash your Henderson. What's up?
no, Kelly kind of just
Thousands
Go-
of homes burst through
yeah.
by some teenage kid with orange hair.
So Kelly takes the lead as they approach Henderson's house, and she's a bit nervous and goes, "Okay, I told the other two this, but Trevor, don't ask about anything in his house."
Ask about everything.
You act like I asked many questions to begin with.
So you guys are arriving up to his house.
Yes.
So as you guys get close, you'll notice that the snow has quite clearly been moved around a bit.
Hmm.
You will also notice there are a number of small toys and statues littered about.
Oh, good lord, what has Henderson done this time?
Is this good example of strange things that happen at Henderson House?
Yeah, it gets
Ah,
stranger. Sorry you not, his house does not keep the same every time I go in it.
very seasonally themed.
Lovely.
Well,
So
I
the
mean,
the
Go
main
ahead.
things that you'll all be able to notice about the particular way he has decorated his yard, or had it decorated, potentially, who knows for certain, is there are a good number of lawn gnomes that are normally not there. I mean, he normally has a good few, but this is a bit excessive even for him. And various larger scale construction vehicle toys.
Oh no.
And as far as one might be able to tell, it would almost seem as though he's turned his yard into a construction zone where all the lawn gnomes and the various toy construction vehicles are hauling and moving snow. Though obviously it's a freeze frame, none of them are in motion.
Does Mr. Henderson usually have tiny people working his yard?
This is kind of a first.
Ah,
Normally he has some lawn gnomes out here, but my guess he wanted to make like some sort of fun little scene with the snow this time around.
I
There are
see.
there are some gnomes with snows in their shovels. There are dump trucks with snows in the back hauling it away, and dump trucks with no snow heading the opposite direction. There are scoop, whatever those, I don't remember what they're called.
Scoopers.
Yeah, probably. When they've got snow in their scoops as they're loading dump trucks and all this and so on and so forth. It's all very well set up and none of it's actually moving, but you can almost feel like it is. Use your
Excavators.
imagination.
Hello.
Kelly goes up to the front door and knocks. Hey Henderson, I'm visiting. I brought some friends.
As you knock, let's get a set of investigate rolls from everyone real quick.
Oh
My time has come.
Everyone, investigate real quick.
no!
Kelly!
Kelly knows what to expect. She knew this was going to happen.
Kelly. Oogie, stop. We just started this session. You can't do this.
Agent.
Oh my god!
We just started the session, Oogie!
I mean, look, she has 8 dice in it. Half of them got 6s. It's fine.
I
It
have
happens.
9. And I got 1.
It happens. It's all random chance. Anyways, so Kelly knew what was going to happen before it happened. Because the main thing to note is that there is an oddly shaped snowman to one side of the yard.
Ooh.
That is the one might mistake as having a bird bath that it was built upon as a skeleton. Kelly knows that there's not a bird bath, nor does Mr. Henderson believe in having bird bath in his yard, even for as a joke.
It's not like birds.
Riley has a knowledge of hunting from his time trying to survive off the wild, so his instincts might warn him that that snowman is not what it seems. So in a split moment after Kelly knocks on the door and calls Mr. Henderson, everyone would suddenly hear a "Ha!" as the snowman busts apart. Mr. Henderson, having been hiding inside of it, lifting the head of the snowman over his head, and as he attempts to throw it at you, at the group in general, not really at anyone in specific, his hands kind of slip along the edges of it, and it falls upon his own head.
Ha.
And for a brief moment, he's wearing a top hat with a little bit of snow between it and his head, and then that snow causes it to slip off. And then he falls over as well.
Riley
Hi,
would first take a
Henderson.
defensive stance, right as he heard the scream from Mr. Henderson, the glint in his eye, and then he'd realized, wait a minute,
Silly old man.
I'm silly old man.
So Henderson took Allison and Trevor by surprise that time.
Yes. Neither of them expected a thing.
No one expected the Henderson Inquisition.
No one expected him to hide himself in a snowman for the past 3 hours.
That man is like freezing his body off.
Henderson, how long were you in the snow?
Riley thinks Henderson is Henderson.
Two,
No.
2.5, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours maybe.
Just so you
She's lying
could,
in the snow.
so you could do that too. Were you just waiting for me, or you were waiting for anyone to approach the door?
I was expecting the boy who delivers the newspaper, but I think he might have been given the day off. So I was in here a bit longer than I expected.
Ah, okay, yeah. Want to go inside?
Yes, that'd be lovely. He picks himself up off the snow and shivers a little as he's trying to brush it off of his suit.
You're probably gonna need some hot cocoa or
Ah,
something to warm
yes.
yourself up.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure we could all do with it. Come on, inside, he says as he, walks up onto the porch, opens the door, and steps in, leaving the door open for the rest of you.
Riley leans over to Alice and is just like, shenanigans, yes?
Unsnaps knife.
We just walk on in and we'll follow through. We're going along with this.
Kelly just
Alright.
calmly walks in.
Calmly is the word here.
Calmly. Calm.
Like, not this is normal. This is just straight up.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is.
This is Sparta.
With all the shit that we've been through, a wild man running at us with a snowball is the least of our worries.
Yes. So, you all go inside. The front entranceway has a bit of a different feel to it than usual. Normally the inside of his home is primarily just like a sort of old oak sort of structure. At the moment, it is almost castle-like in that most of the walls appear to be stone.
Huh.
Decided to change it up this time again?
Ah, yes, no, I don't know what it was about winter, but I felt it nice to get a bit of a redecoration done.
Mm.
Anyways, so does everyone want hot chocolate? Anyone want something different?
I'm good with some hot chocolate.
Riley would just tilt his head.
Sounds good.
Go with the orange.
Repeat that, Agent.
I said hot chocolate's fine.
He'd turn around. There'd be a little table, just like a little nightstand almost, with a drawer. You just opens it. There's a few mugs in there with hot chocolate. Just takes the mugs out and sets them on the table.
Are they still steaming hot chocolate?
They're still warm. It seems like the inside of the drawer had aluminum foil.
How much
To help
were,
put-
how long
to help
were
put-
those in there?
Oh, well, about, you know, 2.5, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours maybe. They're still good.
Okay, would be concerned if you said days, not hours.
You'd see that there's like a shield hanging from the wall, with like weapons sticking out from behind it or whatever. He reaches up and grabs the edge of the shield, like, anyone for whipped cream, marshmallows?
Sure.
I would just
I-
continue to tilt his head ever so consistently.
He pulls on the edge of the shield and it opens like a cabinet, and there's a little shelving space back there with whipped cream and a bag of marshmallows, which he gets down and distributes as people requested.
Yes.
Kelly accepts the marshmallows and whipped cream and drinks. Oh,
It's-
uh,
It's still a tiny bit hot, but it has cooled down a bit from its time in the drawer.
yeah. Oh, Henderson, I forgot to ask. Is that
Hmm.
peacock still running around?
No, winter isn't a great time of year for them. I had
Peacock.
had to send him back home for the season.
Ah, okay.
For dinner. All right.
I'm guessing you decided to spruce up the front yard as well with the gnomes and the construction worker stuff.
Plan to have them move a little bit day by day, and eventually, by the time Christmas is here, they'll have built a fantastic little display, I should think.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
Huh.
Yes. These things take time, after all.
I would just sit there and listen. He's not really sure what's going on, but he's just there.
These things take time, and they are quite small.
Mm. Oh, how you been, Henderson?
Oh, I've been quite good. I mean, a little cold, what with the current climate, but other than that, I've been
Sure.
enjoying myself quite a bit.
Oh, we did finish up some, me and Trevor, did doodle up some blueprints of the treehouse. We just need to figure out how we would be building this thing.
Mm. Well, we can head to the living room, dining room, the drawing room, or the office. Somewhere to lay out the plans and observe, think about
Okay.
things. Any preference?
Not really. Though, I see a place that's a little bit. I don't know. I say surprise us.
Well, all right then. He walks over to a door that's kind of in the side of the stairway next to you guys. He opens that. He's like, "Well, come on through." He walks into the room.
Kelly follows.
Riley follows.
Let's go.
Suliason also follows. They just can't respond to him.
Yep.
But you guys walk in through, and it's a very short hallway to another door. This basically it's just a very tiny hallway that passes under the stairs.
Mhm.
And through the second doorway is a little drawing room space, which is to say there's a large kind of slanted table surface with a slightly taller than normal chair at pushed up to it, and a big window looking out at the tree line that separates his house from the school. There's also various books on shelves, and the carpet is one of those like kindergarten city carpets. You know the ones?
Ooh, I know the ones. Those are the best. Hold up.
Yeah. So he's got a very large scale one of those on the floor.
Dude, Riley's all over that. He's just gonna lay on the floor. Bro, are we
I
about this?
I don't know about I'm not familiar with those type of carpets. I don't think I don't know.
They got like little like colored building. It's like a fuzzy floor. You can like race your race cars on the roads because they're all wavy and
Oh!
stuff. It's those carpets. Those are the best.
The ones that look like little towns and such.
Yeah.
Yes. Little colorful towns with roads and all that.
Oh my god.
Yo, we about this. Riley's just on the floor looking at the buildings and the roads, and his fingers are just tracing the roads and stuff. We about this.
Kelly goes into her bag and grabs out the blueprints.
Yes, let's take a look at those. He'll offer to either set them up on the. I don't know what that type of table is called. I'll be honest.
It's. I know it. It's usually called a tinker's table or something like that, or a drawing table. Somebody in chat will
I
probably.
think I think a drawing table is the right term for it. Yeah. So it's just it's a big drawing table, and he offers for if you want a drafting table. Thank you.
Hmm.
So he offers to either put it up onto the drafting table for you, or if you want to set it there yourself, either is fine.
Kelly puts the drawings on the drafting table.
He helps spread it all out so everyone can clearly see the entirety of the plans.
It's a five room slash floor structure in the sense of things, where each room's kind of it's on the level of the tree, and it has a kind of a 6th level, but that's at the very top of the tree. It has a slide that comes down to the ground.
Quite intricate. I imagine this will take quite a bit.
Yeah, we thought we would go for something simple, but we got carried away.
Oh, it's
Just
all
from
right.
detail.
The main thing to worry about is time, since I am going to be. I haven't changed my mind about paying for all this. We probably won't be able to get much done since it's winter at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I've returned, and I have cake.
Okay.
Sorry for
I can
interrupting.
certainly put in some orders for all the materials we'll need, but
Mm,
yes, might take a bit, but certainly not as long as it'll take for the snowfall to stop and we'll have an opening to actually put it together.
yeah. Figuring out how to put it together, that's the tricky end of things.
Do you have a point?
Because one, our tree's hidden in the woods, so it's a little bit more of a tricky area to get to, and we don't really want to tear down any of the trees around it because it's kind of a hidden location, like a secret base.
Yes, of course, of course. No, I planned to order wood and such from the lumber yard.
Hmm.
So it'll be taken from, that location and transported up to here or wherever it is we need it.
Okay. We did mark
I've
the tree
already-
with a yellow string. No, I'm gonna be checking in on that. Make sure we don't lose it.
Very good. Yes. No, as mentioned, there's no need to worry about getting the materials. If anything, it's a matter of manpower.
Yeah.
And as much fun as it would be to do everything for you, I feel like since it's your base, there is some amount that should be
We
left
need-
to your own hands.
Yeah, that's true. So that's what I think is the main concern, is trying to figure out how we're gonna figure out how to put this together as in
Yes.
the group. Kelly looks back at the other three.
Yeah, I don't think we're very constructurally inclined.
Riley's just dragging his fingers across the race car floor, making grooving noises.
I am just looking across the weird house, sipping at the hot chocolate.
Well, of course, this larger project is going to be a bit much for just you four.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you could see about visiting some of the other students from school. See if any of the other kids would be interested in helping out. I'm sure they wouldn't ask for more than, being able to hang out there themselves once in a while.
I mean, Ted does know how to build stuff.
James Strong Man.
William probably knows a few people.
Okay. Yeah, well, probably ask about then.
Very good. Best of luck to you four then. I'm sure there are plenty who would be willing to help you out.
Yeah. Though, one of the more trickier ones would probably be the slide.
Oh, don't worry. I admittedly am quite fond of the idea. I'll make sure that one's seen too, if you can get the rest of it.
Okay.
I said I wouldn't hold your hand the entire way, but I'll at least make sure that one's taken care of.
I'm sure you want to be the first to slide down it.
Well, yes, that's only fair.
Okay, Mr. Henderson. When you get the slide going, you'll be the first to slide down it.
Wonderful. Now then, no reason to stay cooped up inside. You four should go out, enjoy the snow, find some friends to help you with your project.
Okay.
I have a quick question, Henderson.
Yes.
What's that? I just point
Oh
randomly off.
no!
Point randomly off into the room.
Oh no!
I am request that you point at something specific.
Oh.
Is there anything that looks like a form of trophy in the room?
Son of a bitch. Don't even try it, Allison.
There is.
Who gave Riley a gun?
There's a large, toothy skull hanging from like a trophy mantle on one wall.
I'm a point at that.
Oh no. Kelly just looks at you like you fucked up. She doesn't
I
say
have
anything. She
evil
just
smile.
looks at you.
He'll turn to look and be like, "Ah, yes, I remember when I got that. You see, there was the store of this one particularly horrible hog in Africa. Now, of course, it was different back in those days. There was a lot more wildlife. Well, not more wildlife particularly, but more aggressive wildlife, anyways.
Riley
Kelly
would
just-
raise his hands.
You see Kelly just face palm heavily.
Riley would just raise his hand.
Yes, Riley?
Riley needs to go to the bathroom, and he needs to take Trevor and Kelly with him for no reason.
Actually,
Alright, back through the doors we came from, take a right, and then it'll be the first door on the left.
Thank you. Have fun with the story, Allison.
Okay.
He just pulls
Actually-
Kelly and Trevor by the collar and go.
Actually, I'm gonna be taking Riley and Trevor along with me to act around town. Have fun with Allison, though.
Oh, of course. It's always nice to meet new people. Now then, where was I?
As
Yes,
Kelly
I'm
passed
listening.
Allison, she goes, "Good luck."
Dumb goof.
Now where was I? Oh yes, back in those days in Africa, the wildlife was much more aggressive.
That's-
And there was even bounties placed on specific
guys
specific
just-
animals potentially if they had defining features and caused enough trouble.
So the three of them leaves the
Yes, you three-
room.
You three leave, and anytime we go back to check on Allison, I'll ask if Allison tried to dip out, and if the answer is no, I'll continue with the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, we lost Allison today.
Allison is gone. Allison's
Allison's
trapped in the
dead.
house.
Lost to the void. Well, here's another one.
Kelly just still having the hot cocoa in one hand, just face holding the. I warned them. I
did warn
warned
him.
them.
You did warn him, and he asked.
Her.
Now she must pay the consequences by sitting and listening to story of weird antler thingy.
Yeah.
Well, now what? Now we go find friends and go enlist them for our crazy project of tree thing?
I would like Kelly puts the She glances to see if she can find the kitchen first to put the empty mug in the sink.
You see what looks like a kitchen at the far back of the main hallway,
Okay.
by the back of the house.
Kelly just sighs a little and says to herself, like out loud, "This place always changes. It's like a maze in here. It does not stay the same, no matter what day it is. It always changes."
So it not usually look like crazy looking weapons field battleground house?
Nah, there
Of
was one
stone?
time I swear to you not one time I think it looked like a bouncy castle.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
So you head back to the kitchen to deposit mugs and such.
yeah.
All right. How much time are you spending in the kitchen? Are you just like running in, dropping the mug, and running out?
Um, she walks in, but she'll just to put the mug away and then walks out. W. She also puts some water in the mug as well, so the hot cocoa
How
doesn't stick to the mug.
how much do you look around as you're passing through?
She looks around plenty.
All right. You'd notice outside the glass sliding door, uh, there's a large fuzzy being just kind of staring back at you very joyously and happy.
Outside,
Yes.
Kelly just stops and just looks.
Giving yourself a few more moments to figure out what is part of the creature and what is, the white background of the snow. It appears to be a very large white fluffy dog that is just out there on the back porch looking in through the window very happily.
Oh my God. Looks
Just
like
seems to be enjoying itself.
looks like Henderson has a dog this time around.
Dog is very fluffy and probably very warm and doesn't even notice the cold.
Yep. But Kelly puts the mug in the sink, fill it up with water so the hot cocoa doesn't stick and stain it.
Mhm.
Um, and she walks back to the others.
All right.
Two this time around. Was about to say three, but remember Allison got caught up with Mr. Henderson's story.
Allison is gone.
um,
The three of you head out.
I would
Out.
Kelly kind of stretches a little bit. Actually, I would like to see if we can check up on the tree first. To see if the string is still on it, so we can still have that if we still have the it mark and such, so we don't lose it.
It's a good plan. But how find in snow? It
Uh,
take longer because of snow.
Not really, because it was a yellow string
Hmm,
James tied it to
true.
on brown bark. So, and I don't think there would be much snow in the woods because it's so dense.
Hmm, is true. Can't find forest critters for breakfast.
Wait, you haven't eaten yet?
No. Snow is new and not usual for Riley. Riley not understand snow yet, so Riley was not able to hunt today.
Okay.
Riley's a bitch.
Fight me, Orange Head!
Oh my god. Okay. So,
Riley have no money to spend in town either, so Riley not able to buy whatever you eat for breakfast.
we can stop by either my house or probably Trevor's at some point to get some food.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of ate most of the waffles.
Riley would just shake his head. Tree first, get food along the way.
Okay.
Get food in forest.
Uh,
All right. So move your tokens slowly around whatever route you guys are gonna take.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to
Follow-
do one or two. Because considering the distance you guys are going, I'd like to do one or two things as you make your way there.
I was thinking of like hold on. Do. I was thinking like this way, slightly.
That would take such a long time, though, going around the entire town.
Well, it's seen
No,
it
it's
work.
We not cut through city and then just get to tree there.
Yeah, but it's a Saturday, so weasel guys are probably gonna be active.
After you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're part of a business. Their normal work days are Monday to Friday.
I was gonna say they take days off.
Yeah.
They get paid to do this. They don't really have any
They
passion
didn't
behind
seem
this.
like it with Ted.
Well, that's because Ted's running around on a 500-mile-per-hour motorcycle, teasing them by flipping them off and driving away from them.
Drop the one. Let me scream at Pyro for a quick sec. Pyro, what the fuck?
What does she do?
Donated 50.
I see she is attempting revenge.
Pyro, do it. Pyro, I believe in you.
No.
Good job, Pyro. Good job, Pyro.
And I know she has money on her belt because this morning a bunch of people donated to her. Don't waste your donated money on me.
Donation
Ree.
for donation. Twitch pays Twitch.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Okay.
so what's our decision? Are we cutting through the city to risk being caught by the people who should be on their days off, or are we cutting through by Allison's house and moving around?
Kelly doesn't mind either way.
I think the best way to go about this is because we'll be killing two birds with one stone if we cut through the city. Because we'll be hitting by the Walsh and the O'Malley house. Not that we're gonna try to like.
We don't know
recruit-
who lives in the wash house though.
Ah, yeah, true. So, I mean,
What do you mean you don't know who lives in the Walsh house?
Is that William?
It's Charlie Walsh, the Canadian
Oh.
man.
Oh.
Oh, Char.
Where the fuck is William?
Okay. It's like who the fuck is?
He's in your class.
Yeah, but we never actually. I don't remember him too well. We
That's
never
kinda
really.
weird.
A few-
We don't
He's come up a
interact
few
with him.
times.
He popped up a few times, but we never really
Well, now's a good time.
talk to Walsh kid, and then we can like make our way around town. Maybe if we really want to, talk to some of the other kids, see if they want to be joining in our little clubhouse nonsense, and do thing.
Okay.
Up to you though. Like I said, there is risk of you two being caught by animal people.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright.
And go for the city.
Alright, so just make sure to move yourselves slowly so I can be like, alright, you reach this point and such happens. Actually, you know what? There's a better solution to all this. Hang
What?
on a second.
Hang on a sec.
Are you gonna be
Hang
zooming
on.
in?
Hang on a brief second while I adjust my camera and some other things. It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, Pyro says they're using their unemployment money, so
Pyro.
Twitch isn't paying Twitch. Pyro's paying Twitch to pay you.
Well, it's Streamlabs, then more than Twitch.
Yeah, because Streamlabs takes a chunk of it, and it's like, ugh.
But still,
Sorry,
though.
this is taking as much time as it is. Roll20 is a bit of a pain at times.
Yes.
Be easy. I'm busy.
All right. Now then.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh, shit.
Ah, you did.
Yes, I see. Zoom.
Commit Zoom.
Commit Zoom.
Yeah, that's a big. That's a
I
lot.
mean, we can get through the city streets a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yes,
True. That means I can duck through alleys and shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because we now have much more detail, it's important to be able to properly use that detail and the things involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
as you get to around the gas station.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, around here's. You would see a familiar character
Oh.
who is wearing his usual sort of like a trench coat sort of look, some boots that are a bit uncommon for him. He's got a skateboard strapped to his back since it's too snowy most places to use it.
It's a
Oh.
cool kid.
He is also carrying a pizza, still in box, still warm, with two hands. On top of this box is resting a bag of opened sour gummy worms, which is, just kind of sitting there. And in
Yeah.
his mouth is one sour gummy worm, just kind of dangling. There's like, oh, hey.
Hey, William.
Up.
Hey, by any chance would you guys be interested in helping out?
With what?
Well, you see, the O'Malley brothers are having a competition with Charlie now that there's actual ice on the road. Like, they
Oh,
played
God.
street hockey and, 2-1, come out pretty evenly most of the time. But now that there's ice, they're trying to play actual hockey, and Charlie's wiping the floor with the both of them.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Good man.
Pizza goes to the winner.
Oh, okay. So, what do you need help with?
I don't know. Helping watch, helping even the odds. It's up to you. It's fun to
Uh,
watch either way.
Sure.
Is that down to watch?
We we were about to go and see, cause me and alongside Allison, but she's not here because she got caught up in a story. Um,
She doomed herself eternally to a story with Mr. Henderson.
um,
It's unfortunate.
we were actually thinking about making a tree house.
Oh, hey, sounds good.
Yeah. Though the problem is building the thing.
Well, I mean, I can get some of the other members of our class rounded up if you want.
Okay.
I mean, all I'd ask in return is, just can use it myself once in a while if I need a place to lay low or hang out. I mean, I'll find it eventually, anyways. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kelly points in the general direction of the tree house in the sense of things. It's actually a really good spot we found. We can oversee the whole town, with the tree that we found, from what Riley told us.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, certainly come, probably spring vacation or something. I'm more than happy to help you out with building it, along with whoever I can get together for it.
Okay, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shall we join and see?
Yeah.
Um,
So William will kind of lead the way over to where the Walsh and O'Malley households meet. You guys will
Okay.
see in the street there's a person of roughly your guys' same size who's in full hockey
In the
equipment.
Discord, so I went to move and it just did something else instead. I was like, fuck.
Okay.
You will see an individual of roughly your guys' same size in full hockey equipment, mask, pads, everything, even skates,
Oh, okay.
who is moving about quite quickly for someone wearing such a bulky amount of equipment. And then you will see the O'Malley brothers, who are less suited up, are not wearing proper skates, and are kind of just losing badly.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Lost agent.
my connection just poofed out for a moment there.
did you miss anything?
The last thing before it was how the O'Malleys were kind of getting their butts handed to them.
Yeah. So they're getting a bit thrashed. There's also a folding lawn chair on the sidewalk that is set up and has a mostly finished off soda sitting next to it, which is where William plops himself into, setting the
Kelly,
pizza on his lap and, continuing to munch on the one sour gummy worm in his mouth.
Kelly goes over and stands by William. Actually, it looks like Charlie was a lot more ready for this stuff than the O'Malleys are.
Isn't he from up north?
Yeah, Charles Canadian. He was
He's gonna cream him.
he was actually part of the hockey team for his school before his family moved down here, and we don't have a hockey team, but he's clearly kept up practice best he could.
Hey, yeah.
Brad- Riley
Makes
just
sense.
looks at the three Stooges over there playing hockey, and he's like, "What is hockey?"
It's a sport, involves sliding around on the ice and knocking a little black disc into the other person's goal to score a point. When I left, they were 0-3. Ayo, Charlie, what's the score? You guys would see the bulky-ish figure turn on his skates to look over at you guys, and he'd raise his hockey mask and be like, "It's I got 3 more points, so it's 0-6 now." And you guys would see as one of the O'Malley brothers tries to sneak by behind him with the puck, and he just like without looking reaches back with the hockey stick and yanks one of his ankles out from under him.
Pretty sure it's illegal in hockey, but I.
This is street hockey.
I was gonna say street hockey.
Holy cow. Okay.
Hockey violent.
He then does a little spin and whacks the puck towards the O'Malley brothers' goal, where the other brother manages just barely to block it from scoring.
Hmm. Interesting.
I was like, so yeah, if you three want to help out the O'Malley side of things, make it more even, more fair for
Kelly
him.
does not have the force for this.
Riley does not wish to help. O'Malley brothers tend
I
to
mean,
cause
she-
trouble at school.
She
Do
would.
not have the balance for this.
She would, but the factor is like I feel like no matter what we do, Charlie's gonna just wipe the floor.
What's your move skill number? Kelly?
It's
Like how?
it's 2.
You could probably like skate under the legs if you got high rolls.
If I get high rolls.
You got a 4 right as we started.
That was because
Oh.
of shit posts. But deal. What's the chances of it kicking in again?
Who knows? You never know.
Kel-
While you guys determine whether or not you're going to help either side of this hockey game and potentially win a pizza, how's Allison doing?
Oh yeah, we left her in the room.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Allison, are you still listening to the story?
Probably would have said I probably should catch up with that by now.
He'll just kind of give you a pat on the shoulder and be like, all right, well, get along then.
Continue the story another time, yeah?
Sure.
You said go out to go try and catch up with the others.
this is the one person we needed to actually play hockey because he's got the force and the move rolls to be able to actually win a game. And he
go
got
ahead and move.
stuck. And he got stuck telling the story.
All right, Allison, you catch up with the others, and you see that Charlie Walsh is pretty well trouncing the O'Malley brothers at hockey,
Yeah,
while
so-
William sits in a in a referee chair off to the side with a pizza.
with the 3 of us kind of standing by him.
Yeah.
Hey, Allison.
Hey,
I see you managed to escape.
How was Henderson's story?
that was a nice story.
Okay. So they're playing a game, but the winner gets pizza. The O'Malleys are getting their butt handed to them.
That's funny.
And the little the packed tank over there is Charlie.
Would be Charlie.
E. We do have an option of joining in and seeing if we can, like, join either side, really. But, I don't really want to.
Which side is having issues then?
O'Malley's. It's a 2-on-1, and the one person's winning.
William will chime in. Yeah, 0-6. Charlie's in the lead.
Why not? I'll jump in. There's
Right,
sticker
Allison.
sheets I can use.
I mean, if you have them, you're free to use them, but the O'Malleys have been just using their bare feet. Well, not bare feet. They got their shoes.
I was about to say,
but
aw.
They got those shoes, but the O'Malley's don't have skates.
No, I don't either. So this is gonna be all sorts of funky. Oh well. So do
This
we
is
have
gonna
a
end
stick, or are we
well.
just using feet at this point?
Hey, the winner gets pizza, so
You have my
So,
attention.
so Allison, you're joining the O'Malley's side.
Yeah.
All right. Move you up here.
Or I could join our Canadian friend, which would also just be kind of funny.
It's up to you which side you join.
I mean, 3 unprepared people versus 1 fully prepared people would probably be a bit more fair.
yeah.
I mean,
But at
we'll
the
see.
same time, it's the O'Malley twins.
Exactly.
If we help Charlie, it's self-explanatory what will happen to O'Malley brothers, and we may get Charlie's help with Treehouse. But if we help O'Malley brothers with game, not only will we give good game to Charlie to earn Charlie's help, we get heavy lifters like O'Malley brothers to help with Treehouse. Also get in good standing so that they don't be bad people.
True. Alright, we'll go with the O'Malley twins.
All right. So Allison is joining the O'Malleys.
Yeah.
Kelly has chosen to stay on the sidelines. Trevor and Riley.
I'm watching this madness happen.
Trevor staying on the sidelines. Riley.
Riley has no idea how to play hockey. So Riley,
William gives his brief explanation again, real quick, which is
Riley,
just get
Riley
the puck
does not.
into the other person's goal.
Riley does not wish to attempt, knowing full well what will happen. So Riley will stay outside.
So it's Allison, Reggie, and Ricky versus Charlie Walsh. 0-6. Can you make up the difference?
Probably not, but let's try anyway. What do I roll?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're planning on doing. They're going to start a new round. So it's you and the O'Malley brothers on your side, Charlie on his side, and the puck's in the center. What's your plan?
Get the puck? It's the only
Move roll
plan
to
there
get up
really
to
is.
it. Give me a roll to get to it before Charlie does.
So what roll? Move or
Move.
did we move?
No.
Not fast.
You slip on the ice.
This is
Wah,
fine.
wah.
Not a great start.
Listen,
You
the rules
fall
have never
over.
been on my side. It's fun.
Yeah. So you fall over. One of the O'Malley brothers rushes past you to try and get to the puck. Charlie slaps it away from him to get it to bounce off of one of the curbs, and it's heading for the goal. The other O'Malley brother goes to block it and barely manages, and the first one tries to initiate a tackle with Charlie because they're more accustomed to football.
Unofficial hand holding. Foul.
One of the O'Malley brothers are now kind of, locked against each other, while the other one is, at the goal with the puck. And you're kind of halfway between them. What do you do next?
Try and get the puck to the other goal.
Can you be more specific? Because you don't have the puck right now.
Probably go
Alice.
the other one to knock the puck this way, and I'll try and get it to the goal. Because I don't know which one's which. I'm just gonna throw them to them,
Pass me the puck.
essentially.
All right. So the O'Malley brother, who's playing goalie, slaps the puck your way, and you manage to get it. Give me a move roll to get across the ice and get past the power struggle in the center of the rink.
Time to fail again.
No.
All right. You manage to slide your way past, getting a bit more purchase on the ice this time. keep the puck in your possession, but you are able to tell that Charlie is looking at you out the corner of his eye through the mask, and he just kind of twists his footing and manages to throw that O'Malley brother down to the ground due to the slippery ice.
Holy cow.
Those of you who have seen Charlie go up against the O'Malley brothers before would know that normally that would be a much more fair thing, a much more even situation. But Charlie does just do miracles when he's on the ice.
Note
So-
to self. Don't mess with Charlie when he's on ice.
He's exceptionally good when he's in his environment, and he is right now.
Don't mess with the Canadian on ice.
Yeah. So he proceeds to try and catch up with Allison, and you can practically feel him breathing down your neck in like under a second.
This is fine.
Man, books make Canadians sound like nice people, but this is proving to be otherwise.
They're nice until they start playing hockey, dude.
Can I try and knock the
That's a
puck
whole
at
different
this
shit right
range,
there.
Or am I not
Never
supposed to
trusting
attempt
National
that?
Geographic again.
What were you saying, Agent?
I was asking, am I close enough to try and knock the puck into the goal?
I mean, it depends on how good of a force roll you get.
Use
If
Oh,
you get a high,
God.
the higher your force roll, the better. The distance you are away decides how many successes you need to get it in.
Well, at this
So if you
point,
want to try and go, so
if you start
you're,
hitting-
I'd say you're about halfway between the center point and Charlie's goal. So you need probably like 2 successes on a force roll to get the puck in from here.
Well, when in doubt, kick the baby.
Hmm?
In other words, kick the puck. And fail.
All right. So you go to whack the puck, but you end up, but you don't hit it with quite enough force, and it just goes skittering a little ways. And Charlie manages to reach his stick around you and kind of stop it, and then slide around. So he's now in front of you and blocking the last few feet between you and the goal, and he's got possession of the puck. You can hear the O'Malley brother who's on offense getting up off the ground behind you.
Well, logically speaking, I don't think I can stop if I was already moving fast enough to try and get past them, especially on ice, wearing normal shoes. So the only logical thing at this point, seeing as it's going to be difficult to just stop myself, is just go into Charlie.
All right. You're just gonna go with the momentum and try to, shoulder check him or something.
Yeah, shoulder check, why not?
All right, give me a force roll to see how hard you slam into Charlie.
This is gonna end horribly.
Ends horribly.
Yep.
The dice really don't like me in Tales from the Loop.
All right.
Listen to yourself.
So you slam into him, and despite him being on skates on ice, he just doesn't move, and you just kind of bounce off his various protective paddings, and fall again on your ass on the ice.
You've angered the Canadian.
However, you are, due to the fact that you are now on the ground, you are kind of blocking his ability to just slap the puck across the rink. As the other O'Malley brother is now, trying to rush at him.
During this time, Kelly kind of is still watching. She looks at one. Can I have one of your worms?
William looks, he's like, "Oh, I gotta hold on to these for the losers."
Oh, they gotta eat those.
Well, I mean, we got sour gummy worms. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out some like super peppermint chewing gum.
Oh
Like,
God.
We got these, and then he pulls out some hot tamales, like, and these.
Oh God.
We're just gonna divvy them
And
up as evenly as we can and stuff them into their mouths.
All at
So
once.
Allison's gonna have to eat that. now because they're
Jani-
taking part of this.
Yes, if Allison is part of the losing team, Allison and the O'Malley brothers will have to have a mixture of sour gummy worms, hot tamales, and super mint gum that has been balled up, stuffed in her mouth.
Yes.
Because these are children, and they don't. This is just what children do. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Well, at the least, they'll have clean breath. Wait, good teeth. It's just that their taste buds will be dead.
Kelly
Yeah.
just
It's not going to be pleasant.
Kelly just I think Allison should have asked what was the losing team gonna go get.
William shrugs. William shrugs. I mean, I could have told you guys at the start, but then there was less likely that you'd join the game.
That's
He
true.
makes good
That's
point.
true.
It's more entertaining now.
That's
He thinks this was a play from the start.
Smart kid, and he knows how to work with people.
Riley thinks this was play from start. I mean, who puts two people who can't get along with each other up against a Canadian professional hockey player in the winter? It's just a play from the start.
I mean, they're the dumbasses that went with it.
Makes good point. Who is the dumb person?
Okay, back to Agent and his shenanigans.
I stabbed Charlie in the crotch.
No!
No.
No! Can we not have the Canadian,
I'm
please?
kidding. I'm kidding.
You cannot stab the Canadian.
So what-
This is always a thing. Every single game so far is
No, he
Agent.
wasn't there for 6. He didn't stay in the session the one time he
That's-
couldn't make it.
Still.
Every time they have been here. So, anyways, Allison, you're on the ground. On one side of you, Charlie Walsh is kind of standing there on his skates, in possession of the puck. On the other side of you, you can hear one of the O'Malley brothers just running as hard as he can, crushing the ice under his footfalls, as he's probably going to try and jump over you.
Oh
And
no.
just slam into Charlie as hard as he can because he's
Oh.
frustrated at having lost 6 times.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna say, you know what? Good game.
Keep in mind, this is street hockey, and the rules are not as set in stone.
This is fair.
You have a lot of options open to you on what you do.
I
I mean,
punch
it's
him
a
in the
tabletop
dick.
RPG. The main advantage you have in a tabletop RPG is you have the option of literally anything you can think of.
Can I
Oh,
punch him in the dick?
No!
No.
Use your stick. Sweep it under his feet, my guy.
He doesn't have a stick. He's been using
Oh.
his feet.
Oh.
Use his feet.
Oh.
Kick his ankles.
Alright,
Not
I think I missed an important detail earlier on that I'm now regretting.
What?
Oh.
What?
You would have been given a hockey stick. I didn't realize that.
That man's been playing with his feet the entire time.
I didn't
He's like-
realize.
You said the
realize.
O'Malleys were playing with their feet.
No, the O'Malleys were like running on their feet. They don't have skates, but they have sticks.
Nobody gave that man a stick.
Yeah, no, everyone who's playing is getting a hockey stick, but not everyone who's playing is getting skates, which are surprisingly more expensive.
Yes, they are.
The 80s, my guy.
Yeah. Charlie's the only one with skates and like proper hockey equipment, but everyone else at least gets a stick.
Yeah, because those are easy, because you can pretty much fucking DIY those.
Yeah.
It's a hunk of wood.
So yes, Allison, you do have a hockey stick.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Well, my plan. Hook the end of the stick of mine, at least attempt to, around the bottom of his to pull it back, and then push the puck towards his goal. Is what I would like to try and do.
Just like between his legs.
Yep.
Give me a sneak roll to pull this off without him noticing. And it is going to be pretty easy, considering he's focused on the fucking raging lunatic that is trying to charge him.
But I prepare for a 0.
Get a 4. No.
I get a 1 out of 9 dice.
I'm going to say that that's enough, because I mean, it's just a street hockey game. I'm not going to make anything too difficult here. Especially when it's something that he wasn't expecting anyways.
It's
Like
not
if
the
there
end
had been no distraction, he would have needed 2 successes. But thankfully, there is some amount of teamwork going on here, whether they realize it or not.
some quote unquote.
Some amount of teamwork. So you manage to just kind of whack Charlie's stick, just kind of shift Charlie's stick to the side, and then just kind of almost like punch the puck, and it goes skittering off towards his goal. And he kind of hears it, looks down, realizes it's gone, turns on to look behind him, sees it's about to hit the goal, and just kind of, just dives to try and, get his stick out far enough he can hook it around the puck and stop it. But as he's diving, fucking the O'Malley brother jumps over Allison, grabs Charlie by his skates, and they just drop to the ground from the sudden, opposite motion. The
Physical
momentum
force.
is, the momentum is just stopped, and they just into the fucking pavement.
Yeah, they got a better clap sound to that.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. I'm not good at doing those. So, but the puck skitters off and is just barely outside the goal as the friction brings it to a stop.
I know
And Charlie's
what to
like,
do.
and Charlie's like trying to struggle free because he can't kick.
Not
You know,
with
he can't-
skates.
He can't kick him off because that'd cut him, and that'd be really bad.
Yeah,
He's
so-
trying to struggle, but he's trying to struggle free, but he doesn't have proper footing and can't kick, so he's kind of losing here.
You
Penguin
never cut
slide
an
to the
O'Malley.
puck.
What?
Penguin slide to the puck and push it in.
Right. Also, just gonna kind of like grip the ground as hard as they can with 2 hands and just yoink themselves so they're sliding on their belly across the sand, across the
Penguin maneuver.
ice,
The penguin maneuver.
and then just kind of pool shot it with this hockey stick into the goal.
Oh my god.
William kind of claps a bit like, "Hey, there you go."
Kelly
1 to
also
6.
claps. 1 to
Yay.
6. But
6.
unless they do it 5 other times.
Charles just kind of like scratches his head a bit, like, "Hey, Charlie." Charlie's like getting up, and the O'Malley brothers is also getting up. They're all going back to their positions and whatever. It's like, "Yeah, William, what do you say giving them like a bit of an advantage, of a handicap, something? You're still in the lead by quite a bit. Do you want? How about we just next point wins? All right, everything up to this practice round, next point wins."
Ooh.
Charlie thinks about it, like, "All right, next point wins, but I want you on my team."
Ooh,
Does he.
Oh.
William?
Who? Oh,
William.
William.
William's like, "So next point wins. I'm on your team." He looks over to the 3 that have been sitting on the sidelines with him. You guys want to offer any ideas? Join in the game, maybe?
Riley is still not sure about game. Riley took this out.
I'm enjoying watching this.
Bill kind of leans over a little further to look at Kelly.
Kelly's just. She's tempted. She's tempted.
Do it.
But the question is what team?
Yo, even chat saying you should do it.
But the question is what team?
It's up to you, honestly.
God.
You
And
can
the
play
thing is,
with it.
you guys on the sidelines don't necessarily have to join the game, but you could also offer up, like, rules for this next and potentially last match.
Oh, stabbing Allison.
I actually do not know. I'm having a hard time picking a decision here.
Well, you guys can think about it a moment. I mean, Trevor and Riley have decided that they're not joining the game, but they can still think of like additional terms and conditions. And I will
Riley-
go over what we have so far already, which is
Riley looks over to it's Charlie, right? The Canadian.
yeah, Charlie Walsh.
Riley looks over to Charlie and it's like, should Charlie wear skates? Other kids not wearing skates and seem to be having more issue than Charlie. Make even Charlie not wear skates, but Charlie can wear rest of gear. Just so it even. He offers that idea to William, being like, maybe, kinda, who knows? I
William
mean,
kind of shrugs, just like, William kind of shrugs, like, well, I mean, letting him use his gear was part of the terms for balancing it when it was a 2v1.
Never
Because
mind.
we
man.
already, because we already know that they're about even when Charlie doesn't have his gear and ice.
It's true. Never mind.
Hmm.
What you think,
yeah.
Callie?
But yes, currently the setup is Allison and the O'Malley brothers versus William and Charlie Walsh. Next point wins.
Charlie kind of counts as two people at this point because he's whipping their asses.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's a 3v3.
You know what? Just to make things more interesting, and because
Hmm.
coincidental timing is kind of a thing we've been doing this episode. James is gonna walk up and be like, "What's going on?"
Russian boy.
Oh no!
Hi James. So O'Malley and Charlie having a little bit of an ice hockey situation. Allison and William are going to join in. I'm trying to think whether or not I want to join in or not, because winner gets pizza, but loser gets a concoction
Doom candy.
of sour and spicy things.
Wait, what?
Pity.
I look over.
Nothing. Continue the game. Shush.
Sour, spice, and mint.
Yeah.
Good teeth.
Sour, spice, and mint.
Good teeth. Good gums. Good breath. Bad taste.
So I'm trying to think whether or not I want to join. Truthfully, I'm gonna say no. Truthfully, because I already ate. Truthfully, I'm not hungry.
I just ate. I shouldn't go out on the ice.
No, Kelly's not hungry at the current state of things, and she
No,
sees
that's
no
fair. I'm
point
just-
in this.
I mean, you're kids. It'll be fun.
I don't want to eat the devil's candy.
Riley, you're still hungry. That pizza smells pretty good.
Yes, but devil candy. We already know what happens when I'm giving sugar. What do
Well,
you?
then
what-
don't. Well, then it's very simple, Riley. Don't lose.
You can't say that to the man who's never played and seen hockey before.
They explain. You've seen them play hockey just now, and the rules have been explained to you like 2 or 3 times.
You are
Do
trying.
the drugs.
You
No.
are trying to get one of us to join in, other than Allison, aren't
Fuck
you?
it.
Look. I can't play. I can't play the game, so I'm having my fun my own way, which is trying to force you guys to play the game.
Fuck it. Riley's doing it.
No.
Riley's
Okay.
joining Allison's team.
Yeah.
Or are you
No,
joining Charlie's
Riley's
team?
joining the Canadian hockey team. He's not planning on losing.
Ooh.
He's
All right,
picking
so
his
it's-
cards.
Kelly goes, I can watch over the pizza and food. William.
William kind of gives you a little. So there's like, all right. He kind of looks around at everyone. All right, Kelly's taking the position of ref. So he then looks over, having just noticed that James is like, James, you want to join in? And he's like, I suppose I could.
Oh my god.
I suppose I could, he says.
The teams are even though, so Charlie just kind of thinks about it, like, well, you could join the O'Malley's team. They're probably they're probably less likely to win this.
Oof.
We could flip a coin for it too, or heck, Trevor, if you want to pick a team, that even things out.
I mean,
Kelly
I'd
proceeds to
rather
switch.
not bust
As-
my ass. Knowing my luck.
Oof.
As
But if we made a rule that no one's allowed to hit anyone in the butt, would you join?
No, I mean falling. No, I mean falling. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna fucking fall.
Haha,
What
wordplay.
if we made a rule that you're not allowed to fall on your ass?
There you go.
How do you? That's not physically possible. What? How does that work?
No, I never said it'd be a rule that wouldn't be immediately broken.
Trevor must understand. A lot of crazy shit we deal with in the world today.
Language.
A lot of crazy stuff happen in world today. What is your least of worries is falling on bum on ice on road.
I have
Um,
weird priorities. Don't worry about it.
as the guys are talking, Kelly switches spots with William and just sits with the pizza in her lap and the gummy worms and the other pieces of candy for
Yes.
the concoction.
You'll be able to know that the pizza is still quite warm.
Hmm.
Like it's not hot, but it's a nice little lap warmer for now.
Yeah, Kelly proceeds to put her sleeves on top of it to kind of keep it even more so warm.
All right. James is still looking back and forth between the two teams, unsure of who he should join. Charlie seems indifferent. William seems indifferent. The O'Malley brothers both do not seem incredibly fond of James because he is Russian.
Oh,
Oh yeah, right.
I forgot that they don't get along very well, do they?
Um,
James is
okay.
trying to think.
Mm.
Just standing there, just like, because he knows that the O'Malley brothers are probably the ones that need more help, and maybe they'd be nicer to him if he helped them win. But
Yeah.
that's assuming that they win, because if they lose, they're gonna blame him for it, and they're gonna hate him more. Whereas on the other hand, he could join the opposing team. The O'Malley brothers will hate him a little bit more, and it'll probably guarantee their win, considering Charlie's on that team. So he's having a bit of a conundrum at the moment, trying to pick a team.
Yo, they beat up right. If they touch James in a harmful way, they're gonna get smacked. I'm stating that now.
Oh yeah, that's from two people. James is the good boy.
Hey, James,
Yes.
why not join Allison with the O'Malleys?
Yo. All right.
Yeah, because Charlie's already seems already professional in the sense of things. Seeing how when me, Trevor, Allison, and Riley came here, it was 0 to 6.
He makes a good
Uh,
point.
And
Yeah.
so technically, Charlie's a 2-person tank in the sense of things. So how things are lined up at the current state of things, it's technically 4 against 3.
If we
Hmm.
count Charlie as 2, it's 4v4, so it's fine.
James nods like, well, I suppose. He'll pick up one of the hockey sticks by the edge of the street. He'll go over to Allison's side, and he'll look over at the O'Malley brothers, and they'll look over at him and be like, and he'll just be like, well, let's see if we can work well together, yes? One of them just kind of groans and looks away, and the other one just kind of nods at him in like a sportsman-like way. He'd rather nod, but I mean,
At least he's being sportsmanlike, and they're trying.
he'll accept it for now.
Riley picks up a hockey stick and gets on the ice, cracks his knuckles.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Wonderful.
Okay.
You had that timed. You had that timed.
Why wouldn't I?
All right. So, on one side, we have Allison, James, and the O'Malley brothers. On the other side, we have Charlie Walsh, William Ryder,
And Riley.
and Riley.
Sup?
Fucking Rambo the best.
So on Allison's side, one of the O'Malley brothers is over by the goal playing defense as usual. The other one's out closer to the front line, ready to go offensive as usual. James is kind of on the opposite side. It's like, we've got an O'Malley brother on one side, ready to go offensive, and then James on the other side, probably also in an offensive position. Which leaves Allison at the forefront to get the puck.
Fact.
If that is where Allison wants to be.
This is
If you'd like
fine.
to make any changes to
The team
the setup.
dynamic.
to the setup, yeah.
This is fine. I will just stick to what I am.
The Charlie Walsh side, Charlie has moved back to take up the goalie position because I mean he's the one with the best
Oh.
he's the one with the best equipment for it, and also just the most because he's the best on their side, he's going to make absolutely certain the enemy team can't score, and he's just going to have to rely on the others to maybe score while he's back here. William has moved up to the offensive position, so he's going to be their point guy trying to get the puck first, and Riley can be wherever he wishes.
Oof. All right.
They
does
haven't played with him before or seen what he can do, so they're not super reliant on you doing much, but we'll see.
Oh, thanks. Is anybody lined up with James or any of the other side offensive people yet? I'm
No,
assuming.
At the moment, it's one of the O'Malley brothers, goalie, Charlie, goalie, William and Allison kind of staring each other down from either side of the puck, and then James and the other O'Malley brother are kind of just left open at the moment.
Hella. All right. I'll just somewhat hover on the side, see if I can see an opening. I'm gonna Harry Potter.
Which side? The one with James or the one with the other O'Malley brother?
Let's do James, cause for right now, just
He won't hurt you as bad.
Huh?
What?
Well, no. It's generally because I know for a fact I won't get tackled immediately, and this gives me some time to look for an opening if I need to. So I'm gonna Harry Potter the snitch out of this.
Yeah, no, that's fair what I said. James won't hurt you as bad.
Shut up. I ain't gonna look for a fight unless somebody's willing to pick a fight.
Hockey.
This is true.
You entered the rink. You knew what you were signing up for.
You knew the losers.
Hey,
Well, okay.
listen, let's just make this perfectly clear. This is street hockey, like you said. So, if someone's gonna pick a fight, I'm gonna be high sticking the shit out of it. All right.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
We'll see what happens. All right. So with that, they're all set up. They're all just kind of standing around. And William's like, "Oh yeah," and then he looks over at Kelly's like, "The whistle's in the cup holder."
Oh, thank you. Kelly goes for the whistle and counts down. 3, 2, 1, and she blows the whistle, indicating the start.
All right. Allison, you're on
Yes,
one
ma'am.
side of the puck and William's on the other. What do you do?
Oh, go for the puck.
Oh!
Ooh.
All right, let me go ahead and get William's roll. I'm gonna do these as GM rolls, so you guys won't be able to see what they're getting, but
Hello.
you'll of course know what's going to happen.
As
Aw.
the game starts, she wipes the whistle and such.
Half Dragon clipped the bit where I said Duke Nukem stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so William almost matches you, like you are both able to see clearly, and everyone else is watching as well, that you two lock eye contact as soon as that whistle blows. And you hear the smack of the hockey sticks as they both go for the puck. But Allison managed to get to it just like a hair faster. Which is to say, he got 2 successes.
Damn.
And you managed to bat it to the side, and you are now in possession of the puck. Do you go around him towards the side with James and Riley, or towards the side with the open O'Malley brother? Like, which way do you duck around him with the puck?
Probably towards the open O'Malley brothers, so he could play towards the fence.
Makes sense. So you move up that way. That O'Malley brother tries to move up alongside you. To try and fend off William if he comes after you. Meanwhile, Riley, you're facing off with James. You just watched this happen. What are you going to do? I mean, and William is starting to move after you guys as well, of course. But yeah, Riley, what are you gonna do?
Let's try to intercept just to see what will happen. So I'm gonna
You're just gonna
intercept.
try. You're trying to get
Which-
across. You're gonna try and get
Yeah.
across the rink and get in their way.
Yep.
Give me your move roll.
Alrighty.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah, figured as much.
You like try to move, but you have never really been on ice before.
Never.
You fall over and belly to ice, just kind of lay there for a moment.
Ow.
James kind of walks over, is like, "Are you all right?"
Yep. Fine. Riley never been on ice before, so Riley not exactly conditioned for this.
James kind of gently pats you on the back with his hockey stick. He's like, "You'll be fine. Just make sure to keep your weight over your heels."
What are heels?
He'll use his hockey stick to tap the back of his shoes, the backs of your feet. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Try to keep
just-
weight in a straight line.
Riley just flips his stick over so that the top end of it is like facing the ground, and he just uses that as like a walking stick to like wobbly get up on his feet. He's like, okay, thank you.
James will nod to you and then go past you to go after the puck as well while you're standing up.
I don't know if I want to try again at this point.
Well, I mean, we're now doing the next round of stuff. So, Allison, you've got one of the O'Malley brothers close to your side between you and William, who is trying to, who's kind of keeping up with you guys, trying to look for an opening that he can swing his stick in and steal the puck from you, or maybe even just trip up the O'Malley brother. Charlie's ahead of you guys, guarding the goal and looking very ready to stop you in your tracks. And then James is slowly catching up on the other side of William from you.
Oh boy. Hmm. So how close is Charlie to the goal? Is he a bit ahead of it? Or is he like
he-
right in it?
He's pretty much right in it because the game just started. He hasn't moved away from it pretty much at all.
Alrighty. Well,
And he does have all the proper padding of a hockey goalie, so
Oh. I missed the
Hmm.
glove and everything. Fuck.
I have an idea. It's
Alright.
a bad one, but it's an idea.
Oh
Alright.
God.
Can I do the sneaky thing and act like I'm gonna just smack the puck towards him, but use it to bank off of one of the nearby little areas, I guess, since we're on the street. So
You're
he
gonna-
it
so-
fakes him out, kind of.
So what you're planning on doing is doing like a feint, so it looked like you're smacking it straight for the goal, but then in actuality, bouncing it off the side of off a curb and into the goal.
Yes.
Give me a sneak and a force. The sneak, of course, is to throw him off, which I'll count that because that's what he was expecting.
Hmm.
And then the force is to see. All right. So he doesn't see it coming. Like he goes to block one way, and then it's coming the other way. Like it's going for it. I'm gonna go do a quick roll for him, which I don't think he has good stats for, and we'll see if he stops it or if this is just the end of the game right off the bat.
Drum roll.
I just gotta open his sheet real quick and check how many dice I need to do real quick. Because what I'm planning on doing is he's got to do a move roll to get to the other side of the goal where the puck is actually going, to just get his stick across fast enough. Which he actually doesn't. Yeah, that's actually wouldn't be too bad. So we'll see. So I'm gonna say he has to beat a 3 because that's the combination of the sneak and the force. And that'll also give you a slightly better chance of winning this.
Oh my God.
Well, hot damn.
You won it?
He had 0 successes out of the numerous dice he had.
Oh.
So he goes to block one way, and then sees the puck is coming the other way, and he just throws himself to the side, but he misjudges the timing of it because
But you're
there's more.
breathing your mic.
Oh,
Sorry.
he's excited. He's
Yeah.
excited. But he throws himself to the side to try and just lay on the ground and block it that way. But he doesn't account for the fact he forgets to account for the fact that the puck doesn't move as fast on iced pavement as it does on a proper rink.
Oh.
And so he lands. The puck is still coming, but because of how hard he threw himself, he kind of bounces a little bit, and the puck goes right under him into the goal.
Kelly just gives off another whistle and goes, okay.
Just an okay.
Allison, James, and the O'Malley brothers win.
I'd walk over and go see if I could help Charlie up.
All right. He looks up at you as you're like offering a hand, and there's just this loud as he just takes your hand and gets up using your help. He's like, "Good game.
Likewise,
Do you normally play hockey, or did you just think of that on the fly?"
I don't play hockey, my guy.
Well, you might have a future in it. Pretty good. He slowly skates his way over to the referee area as the others all walk over.
I'd walk over as well. After
Riley
figuring out
would.
where Riley is.
Riley shuffling with stick, gondoling his way with the stick
help
over.
him. I'm gonna help Riley walk over.
Riley not good with slippery floor no more. Riley wants to be on solid ground.
Yeah, the ground is solid. Unfortunately, it's just like
Mm.
unlike you.
Riley tried.
You did good, Riley.
I fell belly first on floor.
Yeah, be glad it wasn't real hockey. Otherwise, something might hit you in the head.
Eh, he's better than that. Better than that, though. So
Yeah.
we walk over.
So yeah, we've got the winning team kind of lined up on one side, and the losing team kind of lined up on the other side. They're standing before Kelly, who's in the ref chair holding the pizza.
Okay. Kelly gets up. Goes, Trevor, can you help me out here slightly? Trevor?
Blockhead!
Trevor, did you zone out? Did you?
Trevor.
Blockhead.
Trevor.
Blockhead died of hypothermia.
Trevor.
He became
Trevor.
snowman with Mr. What's his face?
Trevor.
Your mic's muted, fuckwit.
Oh.
I don't know.
We truly lost him.
Oh no.
What a shame.
Oh well, continue on.
Yeah, we'll just have to continue with that one.
She first puts the bundle of candy for the losing team down on the chair, and she walks over. Like the two brothers seem a little bit more pleased. She goes, "Here's your guys' prize. Make sure you share and such." She hands the piece over.
All right.
You back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear anything?
Heard that you fucking won. That's what I was like, I was thinking, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. As I put my headset down. Oh, you just won it. Fuck it. Commit. I'll be right back.
Then Kelly turns to the other team. You guys. Good lord, I wasn't the.
Riley's just standing there. Very confused.
I was. William, since you had the game plan of what to create, you're gonna help me with creating these
All right,
bundles of chaotic mess, you could say.
He opens up the bag of sour gummy worms. There's about 12 of them still in there, so he divides them up. Yeah, he divides them into like groups of 4 or whatever.
Okay.
He then opens up the thing of like super minty gum. And there's like 6 cubes in there. He puts 2 cubes into each pile. And he opens the bag of hot tamales and just grabs like a small pinch of for each pile because there's still a lot of them in there. But he just he's not gonna empty out the whole bag of hot tamales. He's just gonna do a little bit of. And then he just kind of grabs the cubed gum, just kind of pushes the hot tamales into him so they stick to it, and then takes the sour gummy worms and wraps them around the whole thing to try and hold it together into almost a very, very volatile looking burrito. And there you go.
Okay, Kelly grabs the 2 and goes, do you want all 3 of you just do it at once, or?
William just kind of holds his and looks at the other 2 and tries like, yeah, no, it's fair. He kind of puts his together and holds it. Riley, you're kind of looking at this. What's going through your head?
Just very confused. Like,
Kelly does Riley's and gives it over to him. And
just holds it.
Kelly goes, I'm very sorry.
He looked at it. He like, is food?
Very
Yeah,
spicy food.
it
What's-
is food.
She's not really sure what spicy is, so she's not really convinced this is a bad thing. He's just like, food. This is breakfast.
Our poor inexperienced friend is about to have an experience.
The poor alien.
Poor
Riley's
kid.
just Riley looks at it, shrugs, and then just pops the whole thing in his mouth.
Oh
Ah.
no.
The
Kelly
other
just
two
look-
do. The other 2 do the same.
What's the other group doing with the pizza? Because Kelly did give them the pizza.
Allison.
Traffic cone!
Kind of looking at this going,
Did you open the pizza?
yeah.
Pizza's gone.
It is, perhaps unsurprisingly, Charlie's favorite type of pizza because he had been the assumed winner. And it is, in fact, a Hawaiian pizza.
Canadian bacon Hawaiian. Oh my god.
The O'Malley brothers seem a little upset.
Bro, pizza's pizza.
Yeah, James doesn't seem at all upset by this. He just kind of reaches over cautiously, like, may I have a slice?
I just kind of hold the box over to him so he can grab a slice.
All right. James just kind of takes a slice, rolls it a little bit so it's easier to hold, and then just munches on it happily. The O'Malley brothers kind of look at James, look at each other, look at the pizza, and they grumble a bit, and they walk over and they both take a slice too.
Always time to try new things.
So how's the 3 doing with the mess?
All right. We'll go down the line. William is not really affected by it. He actually seems to be enjoying it a bit.
What the fuck?
It was
That man's got an iron stomach.
I mean, it was his idea for a reason. He likes extreme flavors.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Charlie is less okay. Like if he were not wearing skates, he'd be fine, and you wouldn't be able to notice. But because he's on skates, you are able to see that he is trembling a little bit with how bad this combination of tastes is, and he's just like, his face is all scrunched up from the sour. He's like a little kind of breathy from the hotness of the hot tamale candy. and then just the mint on top of it just has him just kind of. Ooh, ugh.
And
As for
then
Riley,
Riley.
Riley, let's do a roll to determine how badly you're being affected by this.
What would be?
Just give me a flat body roll. Just no skills, no items, just body by itself.
Oh no.
You're not handling this well at all.
Just crumpled in the snow, just like in the fetal position.
You might be dying.
He's just got his head tucked between his knees, and he's just like the smallest ball of Riley you could see, and he's just sitting there crying.
Curled up, crying into the snow, but people can't tell because of the snow. It's just water. Like, Riley, you alright? Man, you good?
No. Oh my God.
Riley's not handling this well. Suffering.
Kelly just like is patting Riley's back. And
He's gonna be okay. The others are kind of looking at Riley just like, is he alright? Good. They're not saying anything, but they're just kind of looking at him just like, I don't know if he's alright.
Kelly looks up and is like,
It's an alien. Kill it. Stabs the alien.
Kelly just looks up at the guys who are looking at Riley and goes, Riley hasn't really has experienced much food-wise.
And William kind of takes a step or two over and just kind of pats Riley back, like, you can spit it out if you need to, dude. It's fine.
No.
You
I
did it.
must endure.
No, you really don't.
He just
He
like
looks over to Allison. He's like, "Yo, Allison, if he spits it out, is it alright if he has like a slice or two of pizza to help him out?"
I just kind of walked over with the pizza and said, I was planning on giving y'all each a slice anyway.
Hey, that's some good sports. All right, see, Riley, you can spit it up. We'll give you some
No.
pizza if you spit it up. Riley, just spit it out.
Riley, spit it out or I'm gonna go find your mother.
You can't. No. He just gets up and like hucks it like a mile away. And he's like, no.
Hucks what?
He just spits out the food.
Oh, there we go. Kind of just fucking lands in the snow a ways off. It's like, yeah, there you go. All right,
Smoke trembling.
just get some pizza in there. The pineapple will help cool you off.
He just takes a slice and just sadly munches on it.
It tastes pretty good.
Yay.
The pineapple juice helps cleanse your mouth of the taste.
Whatever the hell that was.
I'd go and give the others a slice each.
Charlie also spits his out and is more than grateful to have a slice after all that.
I'm guessing you can also bring it over to Kelly and Trevor as well.
Kelly wants in on the pizza.
I mean,
I was just curious.
it's certainly a fine pizza. If you like
Right.
Hawaiian, it's fine.
Never had Hawaiian.
Me neither.
It's pretty good. I personally like it.
Kelly takes a slice and munches on it.
It's got cheese. It's got pineapple. Got Canadian bacon, which is say ham.
Kelly eats her slice, and then after she finishes it, she goes, actually, God, she's bad with words with these guys.
You need a moment.
Because she's trying to think of a way to ask these guys about the tree house without.
If you want to take a moment to think about it, I do have one little thing I can do real quick.
Go ahead.
So Riley, you've been on the ice and the snow a lot today, and you're the least prepared for it.
Oh no.
Boy.
You are significantly cold and have now begun to shiver and maybe even sniffle a little. William looks over at you and is just like, "You good, man? You're not wearing much."
Is fine.
Just
No, he's.
he kind of takes his scarf off and tosses it at you.
He already has a scarf on. That's dumb.
And now Riley has another one.
He
Char-
loosely tie it around the other one and just be like, thank you.
Charlie kind of looks over and
I think
he's kind of like, he reaches underneath the bulk of the protective padding on his body and just with some amount of effort pulls the scarf out from under all of it that he was
Oh my
probably
god.
wearing. And he also tosses it at Riley.
He's
Riley
just-
now has 3 scars around his neck, and it's getting close to the
James-
point where he cannot see over them.
James is wearing some pretty good winter gear considering his family comes from Russia. So he's like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. He takes his scarf off and also tosses that to Riley.
Kelly
Triple
goes,
scarf.
They don't need any more scars.
Riley
Scarf.
now cannot see you over the scars, so he has now decided to try to wrap the scars around pieces of his body to be able to keep them.
Oh my
The
god.
O'Malley brothers seem very amused by this idea, and they each offer up their scarves and help turn Riley into a scarf mummy.
Yay!
Riley, you're warm.
Yay! Riley is now different colors of scars now walking around. His upper body is now just a mummy. Just mummy of
Kelly
scars.
Kelly kind of goes, we really need to get you some actual winter wear clothes at some point.
Yes, Riley is now just a fucking. He's loves his scarf mummy.
um.
He's given spare scarves from the fellow classmates and students and friends who were already warm enough without the scarves, but everyone's mother always gets them a scarf just because.
Yeah.
None of them felt like they needed them anyways, and they'll probably be getting new ones very soon because their mothers will see them without their scarves and be like, "Oh my god, why don't you have a scarf?"
Very
Scarf mummy.
confused.
So very soon these other kids will have other scarves probably by the next day.
But Kelly, it's like,
He'd be sitting there kind of embarrassed now because he's fumbling in front of his friends. Not really.
Kelly kind of
So,
gives a small laugh.
There's
and-
that. Now he's confused and embarrassed and slightly nerved now. His self-esteem is dropping
Riley,
dramatically.
Riley,
It's
you're
all
fine.
good. It's all good. No, just shush
Um,
a second.
Actually, hey guys, I know it's still like at the beginning of winter, but when spring or summer kicks in, we're me and a few of the me, Allison, Trevor, and Riley here are wanting to build a treehouse. But we need some help doing so. Would any of you guys be down on making a treehouse?
William smirks a little and, without turning his head, kind of glances at the others to make sure, as none of them are looking. He's like, "That sounds like a wonderful idea. I suppose, as long as we can hang out in it too, it'd be more than fine." He turns to look at the others. Does that sound good, fellas? Sound good? Charles like, "Yeah, I suppose that's fine. Help build it. Help, get to spend some time in it. It's a fair deal. And besides, this is a great game. You guys are pretty good. Good times." James, of course, is more than happy. He's like, "Oh yes, this would be great. I'd love to be able to help out if I can also get to stay in it from time to time."
Yeah, we're actually the tree we found is actually one of the tallest trees. We are able to oversee the city, the town here. So it has a
The
really
O'Malley
good view.
The O'Malley brothers seem to just kind of be grumbling to each other and a little bit back. William kind of leans over, like, I'm sure you guys wouldn't want James to be the only one allowed in this super cool, super secret treehouse base." The O'Malley brothers look at each other. They look at William. And they look at James. They look back to each other. And you guys hear them saying something about like We're gonna allow them to establish a communist base in the town?
Red Scare continues.
Communist. You can't just.
As
I mean, none-
as future United States soldiers.
Gotta keep an eye on them. Like, yeah, we'll help. We'll help. You know, if it means we can come along and, you know, keep an eye on our. They kind of scoot over behind James. And they each put an arm around him from other side. As long as we can, you know, come along, and keep an eye on our buddy James here. You know.
Okay. Though, my only request is we don't ruin the treehouse after we build it and such like that. Cause
William nods like, oh yeah, that's a good point. We should probably set up some rules. I mean, if we're gonna have this many people, we need some amount of guidelines. How about first and foremost, no fighting inside the tree? He says as he turns and looks directly at the O'Malley brothers.
You fight,
Exactly.
you
calling
take
these
it to
fuckers out.
base of tree. You not fight in tree.
Just glare at each other and they're like, yeah, okay, sure. No fighting in the tree.
Also, no fighting members.
that's the same thing, Riley, at the kind of thing at the treehouse.
Making
I think
point
Riley
of
was more
progress.
saying like even outside the treehouse, no beating each other up.
Yeah, no
Uh,
fighting members.
I don't think
Yep.
there's gonna be a guaranteed rule in that regard. Looking at No O'Malley.
We instill rules in force.
William kind of pats Riley's shoulders like it's a good idea, but maybe we'll make that amendment later down the line when we've established ourselves a bit better.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
How about keeping the place tidy and such like that? Cause it's gonna be our little base out in the middle of the forest, so it's not gonna be pretty for ourselves if it turns into like a trash up place by any means. Also, keep it secret.
Yeah, no telling family. Prefer not to what happened in Thanksgiving without us knowing.
Yeah. William nods, Charlie nods, James nods. The O'Malley brothers kind of just they nod.
Mm. Um, what do you think? Any other rules on the table, or you can think more as time goes on? Because again, this is going to be around the spring and summertime when we're actually going to build it. It's not right at the moment because we don't want to really build because it's so cold.
William
trying
kind of
to tell it now.
scratches his head and just like anything that gets brought into the treehouse and left out in the open is fair game. Comics, games, candy. I mean, if you're
Mm.
bringing, actually, that's another rule. If you're getting candy or anything, bring enough for everyone.
That's fair. The blueprint idea I have is like a 5 level system. Actually, 6 if you count the little platform on the very top, so we can oversee the town.
You can watch as all of the other kids who are hearing this for the first time, just like their eyebrows go up a bit and their eyes just open, just like the what? Huh? Huh?
There's also
Like
gonna
William,
be
like even William seemed a little bit resilient to the surprise of such a plan, but you can tell that even he's a little just like, all right, about the
Mr.
proposition of a multi-story treehouse.
Well, Mr. Henderson supplying materials for it. Also,
Nods. William just nods like, oh yeah, that would explain it. The others are still a bit confused.
he's also in putting a slide into it.
They kind of look amongst each other, seeming amused at the idea of having a fucking slide in their treehouse. God, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, his Mr. Henderson's only request is he's the first one to slide down it when he inputs it.
The O'Malley brothers seem a little sad, but you know the others are just like, it makes sense. It's fair.
Yeah, but but the idea is like possibly a 5 floor, 6 technically, treehouse. So we actually have plenty of room and stuff to do our own thing. I can actually bring you guys over to where the ideal tree is. James actually marked where the tree is.
They all just kind of look amongst each other like, yeah, sure. Let's just get the hockey stuff cleaned up first so no one runs it over.
Okay.
So they go about, breaking down the goals into their like, storage form, which is kind of just collapsed and maybe dismantled a little bit. They dump them into like a barrel along with the extra hockey sticks. They're just kind of sticking up out at the top. And then they just kind of move it over into the Walsh family garage, close the door, and then they're ready to go. A few of them retying their shoes just to be safe.
Okay. And Kelly just waits for them to get ready, and she takes the guys over, starts going to where the tree is. She looks back. You guys coming?
Yep.
Movie tokens then.
Come on.
Sorry, I was messing with something.
Fuck
It
am I?
wasn't- I
Okay.
didn't have it tabbed in, but I was
Zoom.
paying attention.
Same. So where the fuck am I?
You guys all move along.
Goes around the church.
As you're passing through this space, if anyone wants to roll and investigate,
Hello.
Ooh,
Riley
ding.
knows because he knows what to look for. Kelly kind of realizes partway through the open field.
Yeah.
Trevor, Allison,
Investigate. You guys?
investigate rolls. And also kind of realizes.
The gates. Nope.
Trevor doesn't know unless anyone.
Do.
Unless anyone points it out. But as you guys are passing through, Riley kind of glances side to side, which kind of tips off Kelly and Allison. And you guys can look to either side, and on one side, you can see the window into the back area of the church where Father Mackenzie does his work and kind of lives for the most part. You see into the window, and you can see him kind of sitting there at his desk, looking out the window once in a while as he's working on something. And across the way, you can see through the main like bay window of the living room into Eleanor's house, where she is sitting and staring back in his exact location. Even as the snow falls around you, and you guys just kind of.
The fuck?
Kelly does a sheepishly wave hi to each of them.
Neither one seems to really like. Eleanor makes no movement or sign of any sign. Her eyes don't move. Her head doesn't move. Her body in general does not move to acknowledge anything you're doing. But on Father Mackenzie's side, you do notice him glance at you and the other kids as you guys are passing through the open lot.
Riley just puts his hand up and just covers his view of the church. Just not even going to register that it's there. And just keep moving.
Riley's just not looking at the church.
Nope.
Trevor and Allison go by.
Yes, we continue walking.
And we make it over to the tree.
Yeah.
It's a tree.
Is the string still there?
You guys would notice that it seems a little lower than usual, but with some basic, realization, you'd realize that it's mostly just because you guys are standing on a significant amount of snow. So the string seems a bit closer to the ground, but in fact you guys are just higher up off the ground.
Kelly goes up to the string and makes sure it's still good, in the sense it's not at a tearing point.
It's still tight. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It has a little bit, just a tiny bit of snow on it here and there that from specific angles might make it a little hard to see. But it's easy enough to just kind of, shimmy it a little bit and the snow all comes off and it's all good.
But
The others
Kelly,
are kind of standing around checking out the clearing around the tree, and of course the tree itself is like, whoa, that is a big tree.
yeah, this is the tree we found. And this is the idea for this is the idea for the
Treehouse.
The treehouse. What do you guys think?
William gives it a nod and a thumbs up. Charlie's kind of like, hands on hips, looking up at it, just like, yeah, I can see where you guys got the idea of doing multiple stories. That is a big tree. The O'Malley brothers are both kind of over, standing near the bottom of it, taking turns trying to get a purchase on it to try and climb it at all. And James is kind of just standing near you guys, smiling and seeming very happy about this whole situation since he helped.
Riley's gonna climb up the tree again. I just want to.
Riley
Just to show off. I'm showing off.
It's like, how you guys are trying to climb the tree? Watch this shit.
Riley, give me a move roll. You climb a good ways up and manage to get to like the lowest branch and start, and you just kind of sit on
Kelly
it. or
feels like
hang
doing
from
it. Join in and see if she could. So it's move.
Right. Yeah, it's a move roll to climb up the tree. And
Nope.
however good
Oof.
Kelly tries to get purchase and maybe gets like 1 foot up, and then you try to go up, but then you slide back down. Trevor has kind of the same situation.
Everyone trying to climb.
Just because of the fun of it, okay?
I'm not fun to climb trees.
Look, it's what kids are like. They see trees, they try to climb them.
the tree.
Oh.
Allison sees that Riley managed to make it to the lowest branch, and decides to show him how it's done.
I love how the two people that spend the most time in the woods are the ones actually able to climb trees.
Yeah.
Hey, makes
Yeah,
sense.
that works.
Kelly wants to try again. Nope. So same thing happens, I bet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Kelly just gives a small laugh as she looks up.
It manages to make it up to the same branch that Riley's on, and then a little bit further to make it to a different branch to sit on.
Riley just sits in the tree, enjoying and watching, being
So
around.
Alice is still the highest one up so far.
Do I dare challenge?
One of the O'Malley brothers takes a bit of a run up at it, and is now barely hanging from the branch that Riley is on.
Oh
Never
no.
mind, we moving up. We moving up.
The other brother
Nope.
runs up. I'll explain what happens. Because I rolled for the other O'Malley brother before your roll went through. So the other O'Malley brother also does a bit of a run up, and doesn't make it to the branch, but does make it to his brother's ankles.
Ah, shit. We know where this is going.
So the O'Malley brothers are now, one of them's hanging onto the other one, the other one's hanging onto the branch that Riley's on, and Riley is, as he attempts to shift and move off of the branch to climb higher, puts a little bit too much weight in the wrong spot, and the branch snaps, and all three of them tumble down into the snow. It's not very far. You guys don't get
That
hurt too
takes you.
badly.
Hey.
Trevor, you managed to get up, and you join William on his branch that looks a bit more sturdy.
What's up?
Oh. Hey!
There were too many people on the branches.
Because
More
the
space is now opened up.
because the rolls happened at the same time, I'll say that Charlie offers to help Kelly up a bit, and the two of you working together manage to get to a branch just past the one William and Trevor are on.
Kelly looks so
We just
mad.
chilling in a tree in the middle of winter. Fuck it.
And is still the highest one up and can look down at all of you guys.
That's the first.
And
Wait.
meanwhile, the O'Malley brothers and Riley are just kind of in the snow.
Riley think that this was not a good idea.
You're still a scarf mummy. You're fine.
That's right. It has extra padding.
Exactly. And again, it wasn't that far.
Kelly looks around from the bench she's in.
It's not as good a view as from the top, but you can still see through the trees a bit.
Mm. When Riley found this tree, he said this is like the tallest tree, in the sense of he's able to see the whole town.
Riley just gets up, pushing, try to get off the O'Malley brothers and stands up. Climb higher, get to the top of tree, see whole town.
The Malloy brothers are slowly picking themselves up and brushing the snow off themselves.
You okay there?
It's like, yeah, it's fine. You know, it's like just a bit of a tumble.
Shakes off the snow.
Kelly slides back down. Still,
Charlie also climbed back down. Being in trees isn't necessarily his thing.
yeah. Kelly looks up at the other three. You
Yeah.
coming back down?
William just kind of shrugs. He sits up there in the tree. He
Of
then
course, the
just
two rockers are in the tree, same branch.
Don't judge.
William kind of hooks his legs around the branch he's on and just falls backwards a moment, and just kind of swings around, allowing himself to drop at the right angle so he lands on his feet.
Oh,
Okay,
Kelly
that's
gets-
impressive. Not gonna lie.
Kelly
Kind
gives
of
a
fancy.
clap on the fanciness.
He got 2 successes for the dismount.
Ah, knowing my luck, I tried. I'm gonna fucking bust my ass.
Do
it's
it.
up to
Do
you.
it. Do it.
You gonna try and do a fancy dismount or just climb
I s-
down?
I'm following William's lead and see what happens. Busting my ass.
You
Head
land.
in the snow, ass in the air. Done.
I assume you guys have seen the clip from iCarly where it's just get back.
No. I don't even
And
know.
He just falls.
I don't.
Dude,
Falling, yeah.
No. I'm sending Oogie the clip. Just keep this
Okay,
going.
fine.
I'm gonna find the clip.
Yeah.
But you fall, and luckily it is snow and dirt, so you don't hurt yourself, and you don't like bounce, but you do just kind of poof into the snow, laying there.
Just rolls over so he's face up and just be like, worth. I don't care.
Kelly,
Offers you a hand to help you up.
Thanks.
Kelly pats you back as you get up.
And there you'll be right.
I got the clip.
It's a good clip.
It is a good clip. It is a solid clip. Where's Oogie? Where'd I
Just
put it?
smack.
You can put it in
Ah.
you can put it in the Fruit Loops chat so we can all enjoy it again briefly.
I'm gonna watch that later.
Okay.
Cause I'm streaming. Remember this.
I know.
That's fair.
But
Right.
But Kelly looks up at the tree at Allison.
I'm just looking down at this shit show.
I don't know if I want to do this beam, but I know
Oh,
I want to just walk up to Allison and be like, "You underestimate my power."
I have the high ground.
But the prequels don't exist yet.
Exactly. That's,
If only.
if only.
oh my
Yep.
god.
Gonna try and climb down. It's gonna fail.
No.
You got a 1. You at least came down on your feet, unlike some people.
Shut up.
Get
Yep.
back.
So you're gonna manage to land on your feet.
What time is it at the day currently?
It's now a bit later in the day. It's maybe around noon. Well, probably a bit past noon, to be honest. That hockey game took a bit longer than than it seemed.
It's about like noon 30 or 1 maybe.
Noon 30.
Yes, noon 30.
Noon 30.
So. Hmm. What to do? What to do? What to do?
Riley Wood. Do I want to do this? No, we won't. No. There.
Oh my god.
I have plans. I just don't want to do them yet. Like I said, time and a place.
Okay. But Kelly proceeds to again look around the forest scenery. Again.
the hell?
Lord!
What the
Riley,
fuck?
Riley, we get in defensive position. Hands up, like arms out. Just the fuck.
Wendigo? We just looked at Trevor.
Yeah, just looks at Allison.
What was that?
Riley, not liking this.
What the fuck just happened?
Kelly
Riley would
looks.
just like pan from tree to tree, looking out into the forest.
The others are also looking around.
Can you
William
imagine how that actually
seems
made me fucking jump?
It did for me as well. That was
Same.
intense.
No, but I just kind of looked around confused, like, did I actually start a game?
Divinity!
Anyway,
William is looking around, but you can kind of tell his hair's on end, even as he's trying to keep a cool composure. Charlie seems a bit spooked as he's looking around at the trees. The O'Malley brothers are both kind of like, in like tackle positions, kind of just like looking around, like what the heck. And James seems to have tried to move between you guys and the tree line, like he's gonna try and protect you or something.
Oh my
yo,
god.
let's go. Riley's in hunter mode. Let's go. Who's coming at us?
Kelly proceeds to look around heavily this time around, seeing if she can spot anything.
Give me investigate rolls to try and
Alright,
figure
I'll do
out location and such.
Alright, let's. Time for the wall of investigate rolls. Fuck. Always.
Fucking Allison with a 2. Nice.
Wait, I'm the only one that doesn't see shit. I'm the only one that doesn't see shit. Fuck.
You unlocked it.
So none of you
Block it.
see anything, but you are able to determine the direction from the sound. Like from Trevor's perspective, it's hard to tell where the sound came from because it's bouncing amongst the trees and echoing along the mountain. But from Kelly, Riley, and Allison's perspectives, they're able to figure out that it's coming from somewhere out this way.
That's not towards mountain, is it? No, that gray spot's where mountain is.
Yeah, that's gray spot in the top there is.
Yeah, that's the cave. That's the cave. North is up the mountain. But it's coming from somewhere out this direction. And probably a distant ways.
Riley would to walk out, like carefully out, somewhat next to James, look out towards the forest from the general direction. He'd look back at Kelly and be like, "We're going there, right? We doing this?"
If you want.
He looked to the others, just like, "Who wants? We do this? We fight thing? We going to see what that is?"
Gonna run off into the forest.
Allison!
That's a yes. Fucking A. Following
Yo,
Allison.
we sprinting. I'm going after Allison.
We all just book after Allison.
We booking it.
Has been gone for ages because sneaky.
We booking it.
Alright, James of course follows you guys. William follows you guys. The O'Malley brothers look at each other, realize that James is going, and they go. Charlie realizes he's alone, and he goes.
Listen, it's 6 people versus 1, whatever the hell that is.
Look,
It's fine.
We have, like,
Siren,
8.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
It's actually like 8 or so, I think.
Yeah, about 8 kids.
Sure.
Yeah,
8
'cause
kids.
Charlie, James, William. 9.
9.
Yeah, there's 9 of us.
9 kids going into this.
9 kids, 18 fists. Let's go.
Yeah, let me see if I can
That's
get.
math.
But you guys rush off that away.
Kelly keeps her eyes like she's still looking around as like we're running into this general direction. But yeah, so we continue forward.
Yeah,
all
we
that?
didn't stop. We just kept going. I was like, didn't know how far in the map we're like allowed to go in respawns wise, so that's why I stopped moving my token.
Mm.
Meaning we probably should stop unless he says like we can keep going. Because
You guys have made. So I mean, you guys have gone out to around there. Like,
Mhm.
is this where you guys actually want to be at the moment that I'm going to?
Generally.
Yeah, this is the general
Gen-
area we in.
General.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Kelly looks
Yep.
around more.
Yeah. Same.
yeah, I'm doing some think.
Thonk. Thunk.
is this the expected thing Respawn wanted us to do? Probably not.
Listen, in a GM's arsenal, it's never expected when it comes to GMs. You're never to know what the players are going to do, so you plan for the unexpected. And even then, that might not even be the expected result. Always be
Also-
prepared for everything.
It's also partially that my mouse is messing up a little. As far as my mouse is messing up, and again, me underestimating exactly how fast things move sometimes. Even though I'm the one who's actually just kind of kicking them in that direction.
Yeah, you are.
My word, everything's moving. How could this have happened? I keep hitting the wrong buttons, and my stuff crashes because of it. All right.
Yikes.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm mostly trying to find a way to keep track of everyone. Because, of course, some of the people you brought
9
with you do
kids.
not have. Yes, because some of the people you've brought with you do not have icons, and I need to figure out a solution to that real quick.
Use random just tokens and shit you got on hand, I guess.
Pretty much, that's my plan. I'm currently just getting some tokens fixed up real quick. Oh, wait,
Make
no,
one
that's
look
not.
like Mr. Bean.
No.
God. Hopefully this isn't horrible timing this time, because I'm gonna go run downstairs real quick while Respawn's setting up.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. You do that.
Awesome.
Oh, we are gonna have an interesting encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping someone in your chat gets that joke. It's a Destiny joke, and I hope somebody gets it. Please. Please.
I don't know if anyone, because I'm not familiar with it.
Don't worry about it. It's a lonely world out here in the day. But wait, Dragon gets it! Dragon's been my man the entire time I've started this stuff. Alright, Dragon's always been there for me. Dragon knows what's up.
Yeah, this will have to do. So I can't find good ones to use for. Well, I'm gonna do one last look through anyways because we're waiting on.
We're waiting on Trevor, because he went to the bathroom, I think.
Yeah, he went to go do his thing. I'm gonna wait till he gets back, and in the meantime, I'm gonna try and do one last look through for something I can use.
You're also breathing your mic again, Kuma.
I can't help it. It's not me. It's my fucking fan, because I'm so freaking tall and the ceiling's so low. It's breathing for me for some reason.
Okay.
Curse you, fan!
I'm gonna open up a window.
Yeah, alright, so unfortunately, Charlie Walsh and James are not going to have icons, but I can at least have the O'Malley brothers and William with icons. So I'm gonna do that real quick.
The O'Malley brothers have icons?
Well, to be fair, it's the same icon flipped.
This is fair.
They're twins.
This also makes sense. So out of curiosity, how much longer is the session going to be running for?
Oh yeah, we are kind of near the end here. Do we want to do a cliffhanger?
I want to keep going.
Same.
I'm curious what the fuck this is.
But I am also curious.
All right.
We're all gonna die because curiosity killed the cats. In this case, all the town's children, or at least most of them, is going to go missing.
All right. So you guys have made it out to where you guys currently are,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys don't really seem to see anything from this current spot.
Kelly looks around again.
Same.
Yes, perhaps it would take another set of investigator rolls to find your way in the woods.
Damn it!
Oblivion, we already rolled.
No, we do another one.
Another
Yeah.
roll.
Did you not hear me just now? Perhaps it would take another set of investigate rolls to find your way in the woods.
I got 2 this time. Again.
Trevor and Allison, you two would notice some tracks that seem to lead higher and further up the mountain, but seem to have quickly disappeared under the snow. These tracks seem not human.
Just looks at Allison. Wendigo.
What do I notice?
I'll get to that in a moment, because you get something special, of course,
Oh God.
since you got two. Allison, Trevor, any questions about the tracks in particular that I might be able to answer?
I'm just gonna start following them as quick as I can.
Well, as I just mentioned, they kind of disappear into the snow.
But which direction were they facing?
They head up the mountain.
Then I start going up the mountain.
Can we not?
Yes, I wouldn't do that quite so soon. Because Kelly has also noticed something. Kelly, you would notice the direction the tracks came from is not necessarily a clearing, like not necessarily an open space where there is no trees, but an area where it seems like some of the trees have recently fallen to make a sort of open area. Not huge, but something happened.
I didn't know what was happened here.
As a note, this recently made clearing you could see is kind of over there.
So, guessing
So the tracks, so the tracks are going kind of like, kind of like there, and then disappearing into the snow.
Okay.
Kelly looks over at Trevor and Allison, who are at the direction where the snow is. So it just to clarify, it's like this way, and then
Yeah,
it
the tracks
go-
are coming. The tracks are coming from the clearing, and then heading up the mountain.
just straight up the mountain, like, or
Well, I mean-
specifically towards something, like the cave.
I mean, as far as you can tell, you can't be sure. Because again, they do just kind of disappear into the snow, but they seem to be headed in kind of that general direction or some such.
Kelly looks at them and is like, "Did you find anything your side of things? 'Cause looks like whatever was here made such a huge wreck."
Yeah.
Do we still want to follow?
You take Riley, Charlie, and Trevor if you want. Or you can. And I'm gonna take the O'Malley twins and James. We're gonna follow the tracks.
Stay safe. Stay close.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
Did you get the
But
God, it didn't exist yet, but fuck it. Making the joke.
Well, I actually do want to tag along.
Catch up with us. We'll leave tracks.
Okay.
He
Well,
makes a point.
I'll look around here for a little bit and then with the guys and then we'll meet up.
We'll try and leave as much trail behind as possible so you can find us easily.
Okay.
Yeah, those things disappeared quick, so if you don't leave a trail, then we're fucked.
Yeah, again, Trevor, your call if you come or go with them.
Trevor.
Fucking, I'm going up the mountain with you fucks.
Alright.
Grabs everyone and yeet. Essentially, it's probably gonna go about here, which is, if I remember correctly, it's about where the tracks ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you wanted the O'Malley brothers with
The
you,
O'Malley
so.
brothers and James.
And James will also be going with you.
Yes. Then Charlie.
So you guys got a group of 5, and then we all got the group of 4 down here, because they also got Charlie.
Yes.
Kelly looks around the scenery a little bit. See if she can notice anything more with the wreckage and stuff like that.
Well, if we get close to the ground, kind of look amongst the snow.
Investigate. This one?
Yeah. I mean, I assume you guys are heading down
Oh!
toward... are you guys actually heading to the little clearing that was
Yeah.
pointed out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're walking and looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move you guys down there. Alright.
I think I'm left. Give me a second. Bop! There. He be doing a thong.
But yeah, Kelly's looking around at the clearing and such. See if she notices anything.
Alright. So, Riley. I'm starting with the fewer successes and working my way up, so we know
Okay.
what's easier to see, and then we'll get to the harder stuff.
Okay. Go ahead, respawn.
So, I'm just keep rechecking my notes and adding details as I think of them.
Oh my
So,
god.
Riley, you'd be able to notice what was... I did already kind of mention it, but you can see it clearer now, that these trees were recently kind of torn down. And not by any, like, machinery. It seems like from the claw marks on them that they were kind of ripped and pushed and otherwise thrown apart because of something bestial.
Baba Yaga.
Interesting. He'd just sit there and he'd walk and keep an eye out. Still like in hunter mode, so he's eyeing everything. You know, defensively walking.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you notice the trees, and you can see that the tracks clearly do come through this clearing. You know, even as they're slowly being covered by snow.
Interesting. Okay. Ain't gonna do anything else, so I think it's up to Kelly now to be the eyes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
William, of course, is also kind of glancing around at the surroundings, just kind of, man, this is something.
Kelly, you see anything?
Um. Um.
Kelly. You of course notice the trees. You of course notice the tracks. You notice that whatever did this was probably angry and maybe even fighting something. But the main thing you notice is sort of a strange mound near the center of all this. Like a little ways off, it's kind of slumped against one of the stumps of the ripped apart trees. But it seems odd. Like it's kind of this weird lumpy shape.
Kelly heads over
All right.
to it.
As you get closer, you see that it is slowly icing over a bit, and it seems to be moving in some places still. And it
Riley would be behind her.
seems to be a lot of slugs.
Oh shit! Damn slugs.
Kelly looks
Wait a
at
minute.
Riley. She looks back at the slugs, and then it's like thinking in my
The shit.
Not, yeah. She turns to Willem. Oh God.
He's kind of also glancing at the slug pile. He kind of picks up a stick and pokes at it a bit.
You think there's
Yeah.
anything underneath it?
Do we
Certainly
see?
a lot of. I mean, it's certainly a lot of slugs.
Riley thinks we should.
Try moving the slugs?
Mm, let's figure out what's underneath. The slugs can figure out themselves.
Okay.
The slugs do seem to be not faring super well in the cold, as some of them are getting frost buildup on them.
Could it be?
It's obviously not an environment they would normally be in.
Kelly rolls up her sleeves and go, okay, let's do this.
Hmm.
And so she starts trying to push away the slugs and see what's in the pile.
Just trying to like scoop them out of the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. As you're scooping them aside, and William will also help out a bit. He'll just drop the stick and he'll leave his gloves on for this.
Yeah, best.
Kelly's keeping her gloves on as well.
Start moving some slugs, and eventually, after some hard work, because it seems like they keep trying to move back to where you just moved them from. Are we starting like from the top of the pile? That's kind of because it is
Yeah.
leaned up. It's leaned up against a stump, so it's kind of a slope almost.
Yeah.
But
that would
starting
be
from
kind of easier in the sense of
Alright.
things because the slugs would probably avalanche down.
So scooping them away from the top and slowly making your way down, you'd eventually see the top of something. Seems a bit slimy, of course, but sort of like a smooth yellow surface. Not like perfectly flat, but rounded a bit, but smooth.
Does it look familiar?
Give me an investigate.
No.
No, not really.
Riley, take a chance. Investigate. See if he recognizes it.
Hmm.
Because I have a feeling what this is.
This ain't gonna be good.
Alright, are you gonna roll?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Investigate, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Kelly did just ask you to as well. Riley, you're not sure what this is either.
Oh God.
Wait, I
I-
still
I
have a
want-
luck point, right? Hold
I
up.
want to try re-rolling.
Yeah,
If
same.
you guys both want to use your luck points, you're more than welcome.
I have
to. Part of the
2.
game.
I can still
Oh, yeah.
have.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
13.
Haha.
Haha! I am young. Anyway,
You do recognize it a bit. It looks familiar.
all right, I'm re-rolling. Dang it!
No, Riley, you're still not.
Pizza
knows?
chat. No.
Kelly stops. And
All right.
goes,
I think the only way we're gonna be able to see this thing is dig it up more, I guess.
Kelly takes off her gloves.
Mm.
If I know what I have a feeling I know what this is. And
William's just kind of standing there watching you. Charlie's also there. He's just kind of been standing back a bit because he's scared of whatever's out here.
Kelly reaches and grabs the thing and pulls it out.
As you touch it, give me a mind roll.
Shit.
You suddenly feel electricity coursing up your arm. Familiar. As something else seems to take hold of you.
Kelly just, in the back of her mind, goes, knew it. Great. Didn't think I would see you outside the ship.
It's not spoken aloud, and Riley, you'd be able to see as Kelly kind of like bows her head down a bit, like she's trying to keep her face hidden.
Mhm.
But Kelly, you can hear inside your own thoughts as he responds. I had to find a way to get back to the lab to fix things. I think I found a solution, but something found me out here. One of the things that got brought.
What
At the
was
moment, I'm just laying low, trying to recuperate. But you need to get him out of here. You can't let him see me like this.
Yeah, fucking William is in their group shit.
Should have taken William.
I thought it was James and Charlie with you guys.
Charlie's
Char-
with you. We have James and the O'Malleys.
Yeah.
Oh, we have James. Okay.
I can't do anything at the current moment because I'm locked in my own head. You have control at the current state of things.
Yes, I'm going to let you go, but I need to make it very clear. Just go.
Are you gonna be okay though?
I just need a little bit of time to gather myself, and I should be fine. All right. I'm going to have
Okay.
you let go now.
Okay. Okay, fine.
You'd feel yourself letting go, and as you do, the slugs would seem to bit more hurriedly recover the opening.
Riley would look at Kelly, knowing full well what just happened.
Kelly lets go, like backs away, and is like,
William seems intrigued to hear why you were just standing there with your hand on it for a bit.
What's the plan, Kelly?
join back with the others. They can. God damn it!
Riley would look to William and
Kelly
Sure.
has this face like she wants to say, she wants to tell, but she doesn't know what to do.
Riley would look at William and Charlie, be like, "We gotta regroup with the others. We gotta go."
Charlie just kind of nods like, well, all right, let's get moving. William seems like he'd like to stand there and question Kelly a bit, but the other two are, ready to move, and he's not going to hold them up. So he's like, yeah, okay, let's find the others. So he kind of takes a step or two away to, follow the others and such.
Riley would look back at Kelly and be like, "It's hard. I know. Let's just get to the others. We'll think about it later."
Something. Kelly waits for them to basically be out of earshot before saying lightly, he was planning on going to the lab, but something found him.
Riley would think before he'd have this worried expression on his face with somewhat of a realization, but he'd try his best to hide it. If something's out here trying to hunt us, it's best if we get in a. We need to go.
Kelly looks back at the pile of slugs and then goes past Riley, heading towards the group.
Riley would follow.
All right. So you all, I'd say, would eventually catch up with the others because they've been moving at a moderate pace, trying to like keep track of where the trail is, whereas you guys have a very clear trail that they've been leaving for you. So
Kelly looks a bit unnerved by what just happened.
So Alice and Trevor, you've been doing your best to try and follow this trail, but with all the snowfall, it's getting harder and harder the further you go.
So
Great.
in that time,
It
how
certainly
far
does
did we
not seem
get?
like you're catching up to this thing, whatever it is.
How far did we get in the time all of this was happening? Because we haven't been told anything.
Yeah, I'd say you guys make it up about here, having followed the trail.
Okay.
So you guys have made it about this far before just completely losing the trail entirely. Like even any sign of what might have been it.
Kelly runs up to the guys, still kind of has this worried look on her face. Extremely so.
Riley would follow close behind.
Let's hold up for a moment and just kind of reconvene and figure out what they found. This is what I just kind of say out loud to the group that we're with.
Uh,
So everyone's kind of taking a moment to rest so they can talk and such.
Yeah.
Probably walk over to Kelly and Riley and say, "What'd you guys find?"
Riley would pull Allison aside, just far enough away out of earshot. We found Skeleton Man from the ship.
Ew. Wait, what?
he tried going to the lab. He somehow figured out a way to kind of move himself, but something intercepted him. He's trying to recuperate now.
I see.
Riley just looks out into the forest. I have a faint feeling I know what it is, but for right now,
What do you
the group
think
will
it
be
is?
fine. It's not something we want to be out in the open for.
That
Just
doesn't. Riley, if you know what it is, say something.
can't. Just he'd look angered and flustered, but at the same time, it's just like, just for our safety's sake, we need to stay together. Like I said, I have a faint feeling, but it's not for sure. Not for sure at all. But just as long as we stay as a group, we'll survive. Riley's trying his hardest to sound more normal. You could tell because syllables and stuff, he's actually speaking normally, but whether that's from the stress, the tension, or the fact of how serious the situation is still up for debate. But he'd look at Allison giving him the most serious look he could give and just be like, just let's focus on the task at hand. Are we going up the mountain or are we going back?
Answer me this. Is it dangerous?
Riley would look back out into the forest, his hands going into his pockets immediately and just fiddling with his fingers. And then you look back at Allison and be like, more dangerous than you realize.
It's such a cliche line I've read in comics before.
And as cliche as it sounds, it's most fitting in the situation.
I guess. I expect some answers at some point, Riley. You hide a lot of things.
I hide a lot of things for. There's some things that are just best left buried.
Gotta be some trust somewhere, Riley. I'm
He'd,
trusting you now in your judgment.
he'd
I expect you'll
he'd be
trust me.
fiddling with his fingers, and he'd look up at Alice and it's just like, just trust me this once.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm trusting what you're saying and what you're telling us we need to do.
Hmm.
We'll head back down to town.
Riley would nod, a silent thank you, but a nod, and he'd like eye the forest, still in defensive stance.
Kelly's
Alright,
also looking around the forest as well.
let's head back into town, everyone.
It's starting to get late.
Let's get everyone home and reconvene at some point to discuss some more things for the treehouse. One
Yeah.
other thing that I was trying to bring up earlier, but wasn't able to get it out. A rule for the treehouse is kind of looking at William. No smoking inside the treehouse. Or around
William
it.
kind of snaps his fingers just like a dang.
Like, fuck.
You
Thought I had a place to
smoke
smoke.
outside of it and on the ground, but not in it.
All right. He'll kind of turn on his heel and start walking down the mountain.
Alright, let's all go together.
Hmm.
Safer that way in case there's some bears or something out here.
So the whole group goes on and starts heading on.
Kelly's
to
still
town.
Kelly's still looking around.
As things turn to night.
Ooh, night
What?
setting.
Do you
Are
want to
you-
just move the whole group as a whole respawn?
Yeah, we don't have to worry too much about moving the tokens because I'm probably going to end the session around here.
Okay.
Alright,
But there is
let's throw the
one
tokens
last
in
thing
here.
that's going to happen as you guys are heading down the mountain.
Okay.
Kelly, you are going to go into a bit of a trance real quick, and I'm going to send you a
Shit!
message of. I'm going to send you a message of.
Oh shit.
Aw,
I'm
shit,
going
here
to
we
send you a
go
quick
again.
description.
This is where shit gets spooky.
Oh God.
Oh no, when she says that. No
I'm
shit's
wor-
gonna be bad. Oh boy. What happened? What's going on? Something going spooky on in the neighborhood.
I'm just waiting for him to type.
Intense typing.
Intense typing? Okay.
Intense.
Oh my
It's too
God.
intense.
Sam, no.
Oh,
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
he would.
I welcome the.
What the fuck?
Hi, welcome to Wendigo.
There. There's your description.
Oh.
Wind Hut.
Welcome to
And
Window
that's
Hut.
and that's what flashes into Kelly's head.
Yeah, and as you look down, you'll notice that without really thinking, you'd taken out your journal and crudely sketched it.
Oh shit.
Throw rocks at it.
The journal
How-
is cursed.
Oh.
Kelly stops, kind of shaking a little bit.
Riley would also stop. Kelly?
Stop and look back and say, what's up, Kelly?
Oogies, I'll give you the choice of either putting your own spin on that description and telling it to the others, or just kind of turning the journal around, showing it to them. The rest of you can act like you saw what was in it, and then, assuming Oogies does art of it, she can just show it to you whenever that's done.
Okay.
I can.
Mhm.
Mm. An- Another moment happened again.
Riley would perk up.
Oh, God.
Oh boy. Kelly go into bad place?
This time, though, I'm. Kelly looks up. And instead of just. Okay, I'm gonna do a combination of what you said, Respawn.
Okay.
She flips her journal around nervously and shows an image of a creature. Like a withered human body, yet the snout and sharp teeth of a full-blooded carnivore. Its body pale and grunt. A great score of spines sprouting from the length of its back, all the way up to its head. Clawed vicious hands and feet attached to animalistic legs, and lightning erupting from its mouth.
Huh.
Wendigo?
Underdog?
I was about to say, okay, up until that last sentence, I was literally sitting here screaming, Wendigo!
Just gonna look to Trevor.
This is. Kelly.
I'd just walk over to Kelly and just put an arm around. Just kind of pull her into a hug.
Riley would just stand there, just trying to pro-
Kelly is a little bit shaking in the sense of things.
Riley thinks it's best
To do
we
the
go.
wholesome thing.
Riley thinks it's best we get home.
Yeah,
Now.
need to get out of here.
Quickly.
I know what to do.
What?
Gonna
Quick,
put Kelly
Allison.
up into a piggyback ride.
Hey!
Get the Kelly out of here!
He's gonna start
They all-
walking back to town.
They all rushed on back down into town.
Fuck this shit, we're out!
Zoom!
Oh my god.
Zoom!
Ah.
They all rushed
I
down
wasn't gonna
the
question
down
what
the
I just
mountain
did.
back. They all rushed down back towards town, and as they
Remember,
do so, the camera slowly scrolls backwards, and we see things moving in the darkness of the higher ups of the mountains.
Wendigo!
Oh my
And,
God.
and credits roll.
Here lies Alien. No aliens were harmed in the making of this movie, except Jerry.
Except Jerry, because fuck
Jerry!
He's not an alien.
Except Kevin. No, except Audie. He's the real alien.
Oh god.
Leave Audie alone.
I'm
Actually, you know what? No,
stab-
don't leave him alone. He deserves to be bothered. He's a horrible pest.
Oh, Audie, the nerd that I want to beat up?
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway,
My mind either went with that
No.
last
So-
was either piggyback ride or put Kelly in the princess carry and walk home.
so we have
Either way, it'd be funny.
we've reached the end of today's session.
Oh,
I
wow.
hope everyone had a
And
good time.
I'm sure William's gonna be wanting to talk to Kelly at some point now.
Probably. I'll move everyone back to their houses. There.
William can't answer questions if William's. No, I'm not gonna finish what I said.
Anyways, so yes, everyone had fun, which is good. So we'll go through the usual end of session questions to get you guys
Mhm.
experience. That way, you guys are free to head out whenever you'd like. And then, of course, we can spend a little bit more time just answering any random questions and discussion and such. You know how it is.
Okay.
So, first, did you participate in the session? If so, go ahead and give yourself one experience.
Yes.
No, can I give myself negative a point?
God
No.
damn it.
Why are you denying yourself experience?
Because
That's
Drugs.
just like not leveling up in an RPG, my guy.
Are you doing a level 1 run or some shit?
hell yeah.
That's where the fuck.
Question 2. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Yes.
No.
I would say yes because I stepped in to help the O'Malley brothers and fell on my ass twice.
I'm not entirely sure.
that
I don't think
acceptable?
so.
Nope.
My problem was making choices, which I had a hard time today.
Was my
I'll go ahead and
acceptable
check
response?
Trevor and Riley's sheets and see if I'd make an argument for either of them on using their problem relationships. Yeah, no, neither of you probably came up much.
No.
So, question 3. Did you use or struggle with your pride?
Yes.
Y'all.
I used mine. And
I did
Zero
struggled with
hesitation
tracking.
following Allison.
I did as well, I think. Unless the DM
Learned
says-
hockey.
I learned hockey. Hella.
You learned hockey.
I tried to do hockey.
Here's one that you
Hockey.
all most certainly will get a point for. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Again, zero hesitation following Allison.
Played hockey, rushed into the woods to try and find out what yelled.
I.e., Allison ran in. We just followed her.
She did it so she could find out what it is to better protect all of you anyway, so Allison also gets the point.
True.
At least I assume that's the reasoning.
Quick question, because I didn't
Yes.
hear your answer. And the one for getting in trouble for like relationships or problem, did I get a point for that? Because I did step in and help the O'Malleys, or no? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, that counts. That counts. Go ahead.
Okay. I just
Give
never heard
yourself
your answer, 'cause
experience.
everyone else was talking.
That's fine. And then, of course, the last and always the most interesting question of the night. Have you learned something new, and what is it? Who would like to go first?
There's something dangerous in the woods at the current moment. Dangerous enough to put Jeremy out of commission a little bit.
I'll accept that. Give yourself a point. Who wants to go next?
Charlie likes Hawaiian pizza.
That is acceptable. That is something you have learned. Give yourself a point. Next.
Trevor.
Trevor, Riley, Trevor.
I learned that there's a face to the danger that Mother was talking about.
All right.
At least that's what I assume is the face of one of the many dangers that Mother was talking about.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
It's
Give yourself a
Bigfoot.
point. Trevor, what did you learn?
That. What's the crazy guy in the woods name? Not Greg, the other guy.
Henderson.
No, not
No.
Henderson.
Craig.
Jeremy?
No,
Not Greg.
Craig is the crazy fuck
Oh,
that.
Craig. Oh, yeah, Craig's the crazy guy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That Craig is right, and there is stuff on the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. Realizing that the crazy guy is maybe right about a few things is worth a point. So there you go. I think that means everyone got, well, with one or two exceptions, maybe everyone got 5 points, and I think the two that didn't got 4. So there you go. Make sure to spend
Yeah.
those. Up your skills by 1 if you have at least 5 points you can spend.
Hello.
'Cause that's the thing we do the most. Fuck. I still fuck up.
Do I want to put
And
it
I
in-
can up my things to up to 5, correct?
Skills can go up to 5, but no higher.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh my
Wait a minute, what was that? What was that? Oh my god.
accidentally just rolled 4. I
I need to comprehend that. 1 minute.
need to comprehend this.
No.
I'm gonna throw a point to investigate because we use that so fucking much.
Dude,
I know, right?
Why do you
Yeah.
think I have so many points to investigate, my guy?
I have
here's the-
bought Ivan Investigate now.
Well, here's the thing. We have 2 people that already have a really good investigate score. Maybe you should consider stepping in for their weaknesses, so we have a more well-rounded team.
Yeah.
My stuff right now is
On
Just
the
be
off
the
chance I
monkey
need
person.
I mean, we have 2 smart ones.
I'm gonna put mine into tech. Or tinker.
I have right now. My overall stuff is 4 sneak, 4 force, 2 move, 1 contact, 1 calculate. I don't remember why I put those there, to be honest with you.
Mm.
And 2 lead and 2 comprehend.
You know what lead does, right?
I actually need to start upping lead, I think.
I
so
tell
people
people what to do and it gives them a bonus, maybe? I don't remember.
That's pretty much what it does, yeah. You roll lead, and for every one of your successes, for whatever your plan, because basically, you come up with a plan. You roll lead, and for every success you get as part of the lead roll, anytime someone makes a roll that is part of the plan, they add your successes to their successes.
Hello.
Oh.
Oh, well, no, it's not they add your successes to their successes. They add the number of successes you got to the number of dice they roll, so they have an even better chance of succeeding, not just automatic successes.
That's fair.
Oh, wow.
So if you have, from level 1, a maxed out lead of 8 dice, then you have a pretty good chance of giving everyone else on your team extra dice to roll so long as they're following what you told them to do.
Y'all should listen to me more.
Maybe you should get your leadership up more, my guy.
I
You
honestly
should
forget
use it more.
exists.
Should use it more. There you go.
I just sit
Anyway.
here as a bard with charm at 3.
So
But
I
yeah.
have 2 sneak, 2 move, 1 calculate, 1 charm, 5 investigate, 3 comprehend, and 3 empathize.
Of 1 sneak, 4 move, 1 tinker, 1 calculate, 3 charm, 3 investigate, 3 empathize.
1 sneak, 1 force, 4 investigate, and 3 comprehend.
I would 100% recommend you guys having a well-rounded team because, sure, you guys could all spec straight into investigate and you'd notice everything, but
Being able to
You'd
do
lo-
something about it.
yeah, you'd lose out on everything else. Like investigate comes up a lot because it's one of the only roles I can force you guys to do. Like the other
Right.
skills, like the other skills, probably like the other skills haven't come up much, but that's mostly because those aren't roles that it is my job to make you do. Like Trevor, you have a high charm. It's not in my position to force you to use your charm. It's up to you whether or not you use it in any given moment to get people on your side.
True.
So
So
you have
you-
hidden potential of convincing everyone just to work for.
Yeah, like
It's fine. Just let me be the bard.
yeah, exactly. Like if you guys go for candy, Trevor could use charm on the person running the stand to just let us have some free candy. And if you get some
Is it-
successes, they'll let him.
Just hey.
Is empathize sort of like another variation of charm?
No,
some
I
of
think
them?
empathize is like plead to my
That's a heart
gods,
to heart.
please.
So
Yeah.
investigate is for figuring out
No,
your environment.
empathize.
I know. I'm making a comparison to
Yeah.
help explain it. Investigate's for figuring out your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's for the Sherlock Holmes sort of people. They like this little thing over there, that little thing over there, and that means this.
Hmm.
Emphasize is that, but for understanding people.
Oh.
Like again, Sherlock Holmes makes a good example. He can look at a crime scene and figure out everything about the crime scene, but figuring out a person in a one-on-one interaction, not as great.
I'm
I mean, he's
taking
still
my thing out of Tinker then and putting it in empathize. Let's go.
yeah. Like if you want to be able to tell if someone is lying to you, you want empathize. If you want to be able to tell if someone is scared, but it's not present on their face obviously, like they're hiding their emotions, empathize will tell you how they're feeling. If someone has intent to hurt you, but they're hiding it, you'd want empathize. If someone is secretly planning on killing you, but otherwise seems like a very friendly neighbor, you'd want empathize.
Got it. So we empathize with Mackenzie and see when he's planning to murder the entire town.
Exactly. But again, these are not roles that I can force you to use. Investigate's one I can force you to use because obviously you're always going to be looking around. Like this game doesn't have like a passive perception skill. So whenever there's just something going on that you guys might notice, I kind of have to make you roll investigate. Every other skill though, it's up to you guys whether you use it or not and when you use it and who you use it and what you use it on. So if you feel like your other skills aren't being used enough, I don't have any control over that. That's up to you guys to decide if you're going to use them or not. And who knows what might happen. Like potentially you guys could have stopped right in the open lot when you guys noticed them looking at each other and could have rolled empathize then to figure out what sort of tension was happening here. Or looked at one of them specifically and tried to figure out what they specifically were feeling about this staring contest or and of course, when you guys ran into the hockey game, Trevor could have used charm to try and, get him on your guys' side without you guys having to really, actually broker a deal or anything. Like there are a lot of options and a lot of ways you guys can use your skills, but it is up to you to decide when, where, and how you're going to use them.
So
Hello.
can I use a skill to do drugs?
God
think
damn
so.
it.
That's a comprehend, and unfortunately you're low in that.
That's fine.
Skill
I
to
can
do
comprehend drugs. I
drugs.
just
God
stab
damn
his
it, Agent.
balls in the eye.
But yes, that's
What the fuck's my mouse? There it is.
I suppose that's pretty much everything. One thing I would like to note, I noticed partway through that we are missing a store because I realized I kind of thought it would be interesting to have William standing out in front of it, and then realized that it is not marked.
Oh.
I'm thinking the building across from the gas station. This one.
Uh.
Yeah, that one right on the edge. Doctor, dentist, this store, gas station. That one there. I'm thinking we can make that one like an electronics store because I was hoping to have like one of those walls of TVs pushed up to a window along this side. William was just standing out in front of it with the pizza, having kind of gotten distracted.
Okay.
Man, the news is great in the 80s.
Well, I
I
was
know, right?
thinking more just like because I mean they're not gonna use their TVs to play the news. The TVs are playing like cartoons and movies and such, sci-fi films, things that look interesting and would make you actually want to stop and look at the TV and maybe
Star
buy
Trek.
one. Exactly.
What
Yeah,
is
that
Star
is
Trek?
so-
mean? I have a book. 1 minute.
So
it was
if at some
Drag no.
so if at some point we could have this listed as like the electronics store or something, that'd be good.
Will do.
I am going
Thank
to
you.
yeet out of here.
I'll make a snow
Alright.
variation of the map.
If you want.
I can easily do so. It's no big deal.
All right then. I just don't want to put too much on you.
They're drugs.
No.
But that should be everything. So
Okay.
if you guys want to skedaddle or ask questions or start up a conversation.
I'm gonna end stream right here. So
Right.
I'm gonna clip the bit where I said the Duke Nukem thing. 'Cause
someone already did for ya.
I know, but it's like the later end. They need the beginning bit so it makes sense.
Fair enough.
I know Dragon did a good job.
But yes,
But-
I'm glad you all came to watch the game, and so long. Till next time. Till next week when we do this again.
I am taking I'm trying to get someone to take my shift on Thursday because I have a 4-day weekend and I'm spending the entire time on Thursday to big brain something. I don't know. I'll see.
Okay.
But I'll be playing that day and just chilling. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right.
Yeet.
See ya, folks.
See you.